Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. Big game today, 7:30 kickoff, live on Amazon. The game between Brentford and Chelsea. Match preview here today. Before we get into the match preview, we're going to be discussing contract talks or discussions in and around Kante and Jorginho. Stuff that I want to talk about before we move on to the team, that what Graham Potter's press conference was like, and then the so-called what we believe could be the team lineup. Lines are going to be open as well. Lots to be going on today as well, guys. Make sure you're smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, sharing on all your socials, letting everyone know that we are currently live. We're going to go through the chat in a minute and see how everyone is doing as well. I hope everyone is well as always. Big show today, big discussions, opening up the lines, like I said, later. But let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. I did promise you guys that I'm going to try and get more consistent with these shows, and here I am, 1 o'clock. I'm back, second show this week. We're going to be doing match reactions. We've got the Man United preview show. We're going to be doing something new as well on both channels, potentially, on GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV as well. I'm going to set up what we call an agenda show. And when I say the agenda show, it's going to literally be opened up to you guys to come on specifically and talk about your agendas. You know, that's something I'm looking to do. Let's say agenda, or your love for a certain player, or your, let's say, hate but dislikes of a certain individual. So, and we're going to discuss it. We're going to break it down. That's going to be like what we call like a so-called debate show that we're going to do at a later stage of the upcoming season. Obviously, the World Cup around the corner as well. But today we're here to talk about, obviously, Brentford versus Chelsea away. Chelsea on a good run under Graham Potter, who hasn't got any losses against his name yet. Obviously, 4 wins, 1 draw, 5 games played under him. We're going to be going through that a bit later on. We're going to start talking about N'Golo Kante. We're also going to be talking about Jorginho and the news in and around him that we saw yesterday. I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions. And then obviously later on in the show, we're going to open up them lines. But I do need you guys to share on all your socials. Let everyone know that we're live. Let's get the crowd in slowly but surely. Go through the chat and say hello to everyone as well. Rohan, nice to see you, bro. This is from Jamaica. Big up to you, my man. Liam Lane, nice to see you as well, bro. Always around here. Chelsea OG, nice to see you. Dennis, we have started. Nice to see you in the house. Andre, bro, nice to see you in the house, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. I know I've not been around as much, but I'm back. I'm back, man. I am back. Big up to Chelsea Database, who's also here. Make sure you check him out on Twitter as well. Tamed's here as well. Steve is in the house as well. Nice to see Steve. Utku, nice to see you as well. Andreas, mate, nice to see you. He says, big up, I'm scared of a midweek game versus tricky Brentford. The last game on the bridge in May, my lord, flashbacks. Hope we get lucky and squeeze a 1 or a 2-0. It's going to be an interesting game because Brentford are in good form. And obviously, we know that Ivan Toney is looking sharp. He's banging goals. But their overall playing, the way that they're playing is of a level. You know, they're playing quite well at the moment, Brentford. But, you know, we'll talk a bit later on about that. Like we said, big up to Lee Taylor in the house as well. It's a Kepa who's done superb, but I fear for him against Brentford's long balls and long throws in the air. He isn't the strongest. The one thing I would say about Kepa is that he doesn't deserve to be dropped, and he's in real good form at the moment. You know, he hasn't really given Potter the reason to allow Mendy in or you know, give him a chance. But in terms of weaknesses to his game, I think they both have weaknesses. You look at Kepa, and I agree. Even at the game at Villa, he never looks very convincing when he comes out catching the ball. You know, he doesn't look comfortable, you know. However, on the flip side, everything else to his game, you know, at the moment, his distribution, his shot stopping from what we've seen in the last game round, he can do. It's now about seeing that consistency. And why Kepa's been allowed back in this Chelsea team is because Mendy's dropped off. Because Mendy took such a drop-off as well, it allowed the likes of Kepa to come in and take his opportunity. And what Kepa's done right now is take that opportunity. That's it, you know, and he deserves to be in, you know, and that's it. Big up to Dennis. He's from Sweden. Nice to see you here as well. My mate's actually in Sweden as well. He's in Stockholm. I think he is. Stockholm? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is Stockholm. Big up to Tamid in the house as well. He says, hopefully another Kepa Masterclass. Hopefully we don't have to rely on Kepa that much. How about that, Tamid? Let's hope that we actually play well today. Because at Villa, like I said, on the fan cam on Chelsea Fan TV, I don't think it was our greatest performance. Our transitions were not great. We weren't moving the ball quick enough. We kind of won that game based on Mason Mount and Kepa alone on the saves that he made in that game. I want to see a better performance today. I want to see us actually moving forward. I want to see the attack is actually moving. You know, I want to see more. Mitchy boy, big up to you, bro. Nice to see you in the house. Hope you are well. Nearly 100 of you guys here already. Big up to you guys, as always. Texas Blue, bro. Nice to see you. Fur kit looks sick. There it is. Look, I've got the home kit. I've got the fur kit, which I wore to Villa. And then last year's third kit and last year's home kit. Oh, no, the fur kit's there, actually. That was the blue one, wasn't it? That was the Champions League kit. So I've got all of them, I think, other than the white one. The white and blue one, isn't it? But yeah, man, it's all good. Big up to Charlie in the house as well. Nice to see Charlie, as always, in the house. I hope you're well, bro. Are you going to the game today, Charlie? Are you going down to Brentford? Big up to Jeremiah. It's nice to see you. Harrison in the house. Going to be a difficult game today. Yeah, it will be. It definitely will be a different, a different game. Love your channel. Thank you, Alex, bro. Thank you, Alex Moyo. Nice to see you in the chat. Haley is here. Haley, you always stop flexing your fake turkey tits. Am I? What are you talking about? Mate, I've just come back from gym. I literally just got back from the gym as well. Yeah, you checking my chest out? Is that what you're doing, Haley? Haley in the chat is checking my chest out. Come on, man. Focus on me and the kit. Stop looking at my chest. What color is the next? What is that? What color is that next to the new home? It's gold. That's the third away kit. That's just recently come out. Oh, you'll be there, Charlie, man. Oh, nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going, but I'll be at the Man United game. I'm going to the Man United game on the weekend. I'll be down there quite early. So, yeah, such a shame about Kante. We're going to start with Kante. Before we get into the Brentford and the Chelsea match preview, I want to talk about Kante and I want to talk about Jorginho. And I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. I want to share mine, have a little bit of a discussion as well. Mason Mount, Mineral, going to be a hard game. Big up to you, bro. Give Zakaria a chance. Yeah, I agree. Why not? Give Broha a chance. Why can't Broha get in the team as well? You know, it's about time that Broha's given the opportunity for Aubameyang's not firing up front. Of course, Aubameyang's been banging goals in recent, but the Villa game was a good example of him not firing. You know, I said kits. You said tits, mate. No, you. Oh, right. Okay. You said your fake turkey kits. Oh, right. I thought you were looking at my tits, taking the piss out of me. All right. Fair enough. big up. Up the scouting, up to the scouting system / processing now should be club's top priority to find the new Kante. No matter what happens tonight, Chelsea will win the game 2-0, is what Archie's saying. Big up to you, bro. He's confident. He's confident. He is confident. My hair is long, mate. My hair is so long. I've got a haircut on Friday. I need it. Right, let's talk about what I've got set up here. I want to start with N'Golo Kante, right? Because I've been listening to Twitter, Chelsea Twitter, and just hearing people's, thoughts and opinions on some of the news that's coming out from Fabrizio Romano, Jorginho to come next as well. Fabrizio Romano said that N'Golo Kante will be out for the next 4 months. Chelsea statement was confirmed. Kante has undergone an operation on his hamstring injury following a successful operation. N'Golo is expected to be sidelined for 4 months. How do I feel about that? Dejected, disappointed, annoyed, upset, frustrated. Just having N'Golo Kante in the team is amazing. I know he's had some dipping forms here and there, but N'Golo Kante is one of the two only world-class players we have in our team. One of the two only world-class players that we have available in our team. That's what I'd say. And when he's fit and he's available, him and Thiago Silva are, you want them, especially when you're fighting for titles or you're competing in Champions Leagues or, FA Cups and whatever else. But it gets to the point now where you've got to look at it overall and taking the emotional aspects out of it, the connection between us fans and Kante, we have to look at it from the footballing side. And what is it that we're actually benefiting from having Kante at the moment? Because it hurts me even saying this because I hate even talking about it. But he doesn't play enough. When he does play, he gets injured. And this all started back at Maurizio Sarri days, when Maurizio Sarri decided to play him as a right forward of a midfield, asking him to press high up the pitch near enough as a striker, you know, and then continuously playing him. And then it went flipping on to Frank Lampard, who then you can't knock was playing him constantly in games. And then it went on to Thomas Tuchel, who again didn't have him all the time, but when he was available, played him and played him and played him. And unfortunately, on top of all of that, including Didier Deschamps, who, if you remember, took him to France when he wasn't actually fully fit and played him, you know, you put all of that together and all we've done is absolutely ruined this guy. You know, I don't know what it is. Is it a medical aspect? You know, is it our medical team not fully understanding the situation and his body? You know, this operation that he's having on his hamstring, is it to allow him to be more consistent in his number of games that he's playing? What is it? But the real issue is, what do we do with him? Because you have a contract. You have his contract due. His contract is due, you know, and it's like he's on a lot of money at Chelsea. Granted, he deserves it. You know, he goes down for me as one of the greats at Chelsea and will always be one of the greats at Chelsea for what he's done. But what are we getting from him? Because he's never available. You know, and putting that aside, as much as I would love to keep him and give him the, you know, and Chelsea to give him that money and keep, you know, sign him on a 2-year contract with a 1-year extension. How many appearances is he going to make in a squad that plays 4 competitions a season, 50 games a season? What do we do? Because we do need to look forward. We do need to look past the N'Golo Kantes. And we're going to talk about Jorginho next as well. We do have to look past these players because we have to look at the future and we have to look at what, you know, what types of profile midfielders that we need to bring in, along with what Graham Potter wants, along with what Potter wants to bring in. Because we can't keep going around in circles like we did at Roman, bringing in managers, giving them the crop of players that were players of managers prior and ask them to do something. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think that's going to change under Todd Bowley. So if the midfield, which we know needs to be strengthened, if the midfield, which we know needs to be strengthened, means that we lose a Kante or a Jorginho to then bring in a target, then maybe we have to look at doing it. Emotional, and I'm talking about putting the emotional sense aside for a second, because we're not getting anything out of him. And when he is fit, we're consistently playing him, and he's getting injured. And I admire the guy. I think he's a great. You know, like I said, he's one of the greatest. But we've got to start looking forward. And under the new regime, under the new owners, yeah, they're going to have their own ideas on philosophies and things that they want to implement, and along with the manager who's going to want to do certain things, along with the technical directors and the sporting, whatever. They're all, whoever comes in, they're going to have an idea of what they want to do with this Chelsea. But it's going to be based around wage structure and contract lengths on the current crop of players. And the fact that he's coming up for renewal and he's getting paid what? I can't remember what he's getting paid, 280, is it? If I'm wrong in saying, someone in the chat let me know. But the fact that he's getting paid so much still to this point, and we're not benefiting from him, is a problem. Unless he has this operation and comes back 4 months later, and we start seeing him being able to play consistently on a rotational basis, and he agrees to a reduction on his wage, and he gets a 2-year with a 1-year extension, then fine. But it's a problem. You know, we have to look forward. What are people saying? Big up to... Make sure you check out Casualty FC, man. My guy right here. Make sure you go and check him out. I haven't been on his channel in a while as well. I want to go on. I haven't been on in a while, but make sure you go and check his channel out. Over 120 of you here combined. Thank you. We've only 15 minutes in as well. Big up to everyone. Noah, nice to see you, bro. It has been a while, mate. I'm trying to get more consistent again, let people know that I'm back streaming, doing my thing. It's been a while, and people probably think I've disappeared, but I'm here. N'Golo has been on a slow decline since the UCL. I don't get why people think he will come back better from this. What is stopping him from becoming back from what you said there is just his injuries. Let's be serious, because a fit N'Golo Kante probably starts 90% of the time anyway. So, you know, it's just getting this, it's just understanding the severity of this injury. Is it something that's just going to continuously keep putting him behind? If that's the case, we can't have someone that's getting paid 280k a week sitting on the books and giving us 15 games or 20 games a season, even if that, when we're playing 50 games overall and we can't utilize it. We're not benefiting from him. And it hurts me to say that because I love Kante. Harry, nice to see you, bro. Harry's the one that does the watch-alongs on Chelsea Fan TV. He says, you can absolutely appreciate what he's done for the club, but praying the surgery returns him to full health is a risk when offering a 2+1 contract on the large salary. It's tricky. That's what I'm saying. I agree. You're 100% spot on in what you're saying, mate. 100% spot on. Kane is on 290. There you go. So he's on 200. So for me, like I keep saying, Harry, say he wants to stay at Chelsea, the operation is successful, they want to give it a go, fine. But then the middle point has to be, what is his wage? How much can he accept in terms of a cut? Can we get him in the hundreds? You know, and that's the thing. Yeah. But it's going to be a risk one way or the other because you don't know what you're going to get from him. You don't know if it's going to be a success and we have him back and he's fit and we've whatever. You know, it's a problem. Potter should decide whether we move forward or keep J5 or Kante. I think we need to move forward personally. I do. I think we have to look forward. Matt says, we all love Kante, but it's time to let him go for the best both of best parties as well. I love Kante, but he has to go. Sorry. Even when he's fit, the Kante triplets haven't been seen consistently with a style of player of age has to play a factor too. True. I hear that as well. Guys, make sure that we're smashing the like buttons. Over 150 of you guys here combined. Big up to every single one of you guys. But let's get these likes up. Over 100 likes on both. We're going to open up the lines a little bit later in the show. We're going to be here for a while anyway. So make sure you're sitting comfortable, stay tuned. And the link will be here for you guys to get involved. Because I would like to hear your opinions. He may do a comeback, though. If he comes back and does bits all the way to the end of the season, then what? That's the problem. And that's the tricky problem of it. Because at the moment, based on what we've seen of Kante, it's not the case. We've not benefited from him. So this operation that is happening on his hamstring, you know, how are we going to know? How are we going to know that it's going to allow him to consistently play more games? We don't know that. So what do you do? Because you've got a contract due. He's on 290k. They probably want to keep him, but they don't know what we're going to get out of him in terms of appearances or how fit he's going to stay. That's an issue. In as much as we need to look at the future, but we should be careful not to do the same mistake PSG did with Silva. What, on letting them go on a free? I hear that as well. You know, we've done that with Rudiger, we've done that with Christensen. I respect him like everyone else. Yeah. So, yeah, he's out for 4 months. I know. You know, this season's pretty much a write-off. If Kante makes a comeback, then Romelu will be our top goal scorer in Excel. Is that how much chance you're giving to N'Golo Kante? Is that it? Is that what we're saying? Fair enough. Isn't losing J5 as well a bit too much at once? We were scrambling to replace Bigger. And do you know what? That is a great point to then take us on to the next thing, which is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the other midfielder who is attracting quite a bit of attention at the moment as well. And it is Jorginho. Now, we know him and Kante are both due. Both their contracts are due to expire very soon. Jorginho has been offered a new contract with similar terms to his current, with 120,000 per week terms. Jorginho wants 150,000 a week, which would be in the line with Azpilicueta's deal. Now, this is a little... The Kante one's trickier. This one divides opinion because from what I've seen on Twitter, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinion in a second, Some people feel that we should just get rid of him because he's not good enough, and they don't feel that having him in the team makes sense. Others feel that paying him 120k and then giving him 150k is nothing, and that he's got experience and leadership qualities and this, that, and the other, and we should keep him. I had this discussion on Twitter yesterday with Piers about this, and before we go to that, let me just quickly read some of your comments because I don't want to miss what you're just saying here. The narrative on Twitter that if you don't think Kante should get a new quote means you don't appreciate what he's done. That's true. I agree with that as well. Time to move J5 on as well, is what Martin's saying here. Now, the Jorginho one does divide opinions, and I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the Jorginho aspect as well, because for me personally, I've been saying, and this is what I said yesterday as well, my thing with the Jorginho thing is that if he wants to stay at Chelsea, providing we allow Kante to go as well, then I don't mind it as much as long as it's on a rotational basis. I don't think Jorginho is the specific profile midfielder that we should be having in our team playing consistently out a 38-game season. I've said this. Along with his age and whatever else, some people feel that he brings experience, leadership qualities. He does, based on his age and the amount of games he's played. That's true. I get that. But my thing is, what is it that Potter wants? What is it that the owners want to do? Because at some point, either now or 2 years down the line, we are going to have to look forward. We are going to have to pack the midfield out with new arrivals. And to do that may mean that we have to allow certain midfielders to leave. Now, I agree with the instance of allowing Kante and Jorginho to go could be risky because the pair is going to be heavily dependent on what we do in the summer. And there's talks about Jude Bellingham. There's talks about Declan Rice. There's talks about these type of players. It's fine. I get that. But I think this all really falls down to, the 150k thing is not the big thing for me. It's for me, it's what is it that Chelsea want to do moving forward? What is the image? What is the system? What is the ideas? What is it that we're going to do next? What is the I'm missing the word that I'm trying to say here. What is it that Graham Potter wants this Chelsea team to look like in the next 5 to 6 years? That's my question. Because we already know that these current crop of players, go back to the Maurizio Sarri days, and we've already seen that these players aren't very consistent. Yeah, they've had good patches, including Jorginho under Thomas Tuchel. Some feel under Sarri as well, he had some of his best days as well. Others feel that with Jorginho, Graham Potter could be the one that unlocks him. I don't think Jorginho, for me personally, is the right player for Chelsea moving forward. I think squad depth is fine with him, is to a degree. And that's on the basis that we allow Kante to go. But if we go into the summer and we want to bring in 2 midfielders, say, maybe even 3, but not all high profile. Say we get a Declan Rice, maybe a Jude Bellingham and someone else. Hey, if that's the motive going into the summer window, then in theory, there's going to be no real point of having these players here for me. And where is it? Because I said this. I had this conversation yesterday with someone. 1 second. I'm not been Jorginho's biggest fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not his most biggest fan. I understand him being as a squad player, and he controls the game like he did against Villa, who controls the game. He comes on. My thing is, I don't specifically like him starting games. I don't mind him coming on when we're winning games to keep the ball moving, recycle it. That's what he's good at doing. I get all that. But in terms of him starting games and moving forward and the idea of what Potter wants to do, which is what we need to find out, and what Chelsea want to do, we need to, I'm just trying to find it. Here we go. We need to, do you know what? I'm going to share it. Why not? Let's go through this together. So this was a discussion, right? And big up to Piers. He's my boy. Me and Piers are, very good friends. And I like having discussions because discussions is good. And it's good to see both sides. It's not to say that Piers is wrong and I'm right. It's just to give you the flip sides of what we were discussing about this. And so my answer to him was, to be honest, we should be looking past him now. If he stays, he should be on 120k per week and use his rotation. I do agree that 120k with him with a 2-year extension is fine. If we 130, fine. 150k for a player that's going to be rotation, cool. But if it's 150k for a player, 150k for a player that's going to start, and that's what Potter wants, then cool. But if it's rotation, I don't think 150k is fine. And we've got to stop comparing it to what other players are getting paid. And this is what we're going to get into. We need to move forward working, making sure that the budget for wages, contracts, etc. is there for new arrivals. If he wants 150k, let him go. That was my thing. But then, see, my mindset is based on the fact of what Graham Potter wants, or his image of what he wants to do, what he wants to do with that midfield. Because we know new arrivals is coming. So if his thing is, I need to bring in 2 midfielders that are going to elevate my system, then I don't think we should spend 150k on Jorginho, because we're probably going to need, not only not the contract lengths, but it's the wage structure as well. It's getting the structures right for the incomings coming in. He says he disagrees. It's nothing compared to what some of our players are on. Chilwell, Havertz, and he says Jorginho's experience leadership for 100k could be invaluable, and he's right to a degree. What he's saying is bang on in terms of what other players are on. But what them other players are on are based on the old regime. It's not based upon this new regime. And that's what I'll go on to say here. From that, this is the problem. We shouldn't really be looking at current wage structure of other players. The discussion is based on players whose contracts is expiring. The big thing is we should be looking forward. New arrivals has to be key for midfield. J5, like I said, should be used only to rotate. And that's my thing. I think we need to get out of the thing of, well, he's on 280, he's on this, he's on that. Granted, they're on that. But let's talk about that when their renewals come. And on what basis do they deserve to keep that money that they're earning? Or should they take a cut? Should they get paid more? Because let's be serious. These current crop of players, all of them, or most of them, this season, haven't really earned or showed us that they can be consistent with their performances. And they've dropped some big stinkers and have done since the Sarri days. I'm talking about, because a lot of these players have been since the start of then to now. So for me, it's like we kind of need to get out of the old and in with the new, so that we can start seeing the vision of Bowley, the vision of Potter, the visions of what these guys want to do. But at the end of the day, I don't mind Jorginho being in the team as long as it's rotation. I don't want him to be the focal point. But I don't know what Potter's thinking. Maybe Potter wants that. I don't know. But I do think that there's a vision that we need to sort out the midfield. And the midfield, if you're going to spend 100 million, whatever million, to bring in a specific player or two, they're going to be starting games, which means that he will be on a rotational basis. So it's a weird one. He then goes, why shouldn't we? This is what Pi said after. Why should other players who have been less important be more entitled to a higher wage? Why should someone like Jorginho sit back and accept this? He's asking for a smaller increase, same level as Aspie. Man, come on, it's nothing. Sarr was on 20k. And he's right again. But then this is my point. Scrap these contracts. We don't need to be having players getting paid stupid monies like we've seen with Ross Barkley, Malang Sarr. Scrap them. Renewals come, get rid of them. But what we shouldn't do is compare to what he's getting or that's getting. What Bowley should be doing and Chelsea should be doing is approaching it per renewal and deciding what they're going to do, what they want to do with it, like they have done in this summer window, which is cut players off if they don't want to keep them on. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that like my thing is like with Jorginho, his contract's on renewal. Can we do better in that position? Can we find better in that position? I think we can. I think we need something more than Jorginho. Does he? If he wants to really stay and he has nowhere else that he wants to go, then he needs to talk to Chelsea about agreeing a certain specific wage that allows him to stay there. But then he also needs to accept that he may be on a rotational basis, because I don't think he should be starting games. That's my opinion. That is not the vision moving forward for me. And then I said again, when the players who are on stupid wages contracts come for renewal, then the same discussion will be had for them, made on the overall performances at Chelsea. So that was my thing. Piers then said Jorginho's performance warrants more than what he's done. I can't believe he's on this low wage. Mixed bags. Some people feel that he doesn't warrant it. Yes, he had that great part of a season under Tuchel, which nearly, was in the Ballon d'Or and won this or won that. Yes, great. But his biggest issue, and has been his issue, is his own consistency in his performances. And some people feel we're not playing him right or whatever. But I just don't feel that he's the right specific player for our midfield and how we want to play. So, it begs, everyone's going to have different opinions on Jorginho. You're either going to want him or you're not. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right. I'm not saying what Pies is saying is right or wrong. There's differences of opinions, and that's fine because it falls to preference. And that's what Chelsea Twitter needs to understand. This is all a preference thing. There's no right or wrong in this situation. It's just how you see things. And for me, moving forward, he should be only rotation. If not, let him go in the summer. Work on bringing in players that are going to elevate this team and allow us to play better football and allow us to, see the vision in the long run. And I'm talking about the long term now. I agree with the experience and the leadership and whatever else. I get that with Jorginho. I understand it. Even though I don't feel he's a big leader. I don't look at him as this big leader in the team. Yeah, he shouts a lot. I've seen him, whatever, but I don't think he's that big of a leader that we need to keep him for that reason. Yeah, the experience bit I get, but he does have a lot of deficiencies. 100k is too much for our most available and consistent midfielder, mate. Mate, I hate to say that J5 hate's still alive. Yeah, it's not hate. This is the thing people not understanding, and this is why I keep saying it's about how you see it, what you like. If we're going to go out and spend money on that position and bring in players that are going to help elevate that midfield, and we see a better flow of football and we're more consistent, if that's what we're going to do, then do it. But the reason I say what I say is because we've seen this current crop of players for 4 plus years now, and what have they showed us? Yeah, we've won Champions Leagues, and I get that. Where's our Premier Leagues? Where is, to be a Premier League winner, you have to be consistent. And yes, we've suffered from injuries along the way, but we haven't got a team, in my eyes, even till today, that you can sit here and say is a consistent patch of players. We have some consistent performances in Reece James and Thiago Silva, but what we don't have is a consistency in the way that we play. 1 week we'll win, the next week we'll lose. 1 week we'll win, next team will get stuffed. It's the same bullshit recycling crap. And the way I look at it is not only from the manager, and people say, yeah, it's the manager, it's the other. I not only look at what the manager's doing at that point in time, but I specifically look at what players, a crop of players we have, and how we utilize them and how much we benefit from them when they're on the pitch, and watch their levels of performances from week in, week out. That's the problem. And that's the problem with this crop of players. They're too inconsistent. So we're going to have to look forward. New arrivals, for me, has to happen. And then new arrivals are going to have to come in, and they're going to need to bed time. I get all that. Yeah. But we need to look forward, and it needs to benefit Potter and his profile and what he wants to do. Respectively, do you know what Potter wants? No, we don't. That's the thing. And I said this already, Dexter, that we don't know if he wants Jorginho or if he doesn't want Jorginho. I'm only talking from what specifically maybe that I want. You're only talking specifically what you want and how you see it. This is not a discussion about Jorginho hate or Jorginho love. It's understanding where we're going moving forward, because we should be looking forward past some of these players due to age, due to what we've seen in the last couple of seasons. What have they showed us to tell us that they deserve to be here? We're Chelsea Football Club. Our standards should never drop. Anyone knows what's happening with Stamford Bridge and plans for Nuri? Not yet. The new stream deals, sponsorship, FFP rules, loans in 2-3 years means 100k a week won't be much. Fine. But then again, if he stays, I want to see incomings in that position. And I don't want him to be the guy that starts consistently for a 38-game season, because it shouldn't be him. He's not consistent enough. He's not that player. He's not that player that pushes up to the next levels for me. And this is not something I've said for now. Anyone knows me since I've started this stuff back 2.5 years ago. I've always said my issue with Jorginho is not a hate for him. It's the fact that he's just consistent. He's inconsistent. He can have really good games and he dominates and this, that, and the other. but then he could be just really bang average and poor and easy to get past. You know, he has deficiencies, too many of them for me. You know, especially when we want to play the alone DM system, which is how we play him. I already want this season to be over. Is what we've got here. Re-sign J5 on a 5-year contract. Yeah, of course you would say that. Over 180 people here, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure that we're smashing the likes, guys, as always. Jim doesn't like J5. Even he can come at this form from a grounded. But I hope you're actually just listening to what I'm saying, because it's not a full hate. Yeah, he's annoying. But, mate, J5 has been solid more than not in his Chelsea career. Stop the cat. I disagree. I think he's had good patches of his career. I don't think he's shown any consistency. And I think we've lost games, a lot of games, because of him as well. You know, that's just the way I see it. And then what I'm saying is, fine, keep him. Rotation only. When we're winning games 2-3-0, 1-0, and we want to have control of the game, put him in. Let him control the game. Slow the game down, whatever it is that you want him to do. Fine. But from a progressive point, from an attacking point, from what I feel maybe we need in this system, I don't think that he gives us that. Yeah, off the bench only is what I say. Hit the likes, motherfuckers. There isn't enough. Yeah, please hit the likes, guys. I keep forgetting. There's only 200 of you here, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. We have still got a Brentford match preview to do as well. So we're going to do that. We're going to open up the lines as well. You just listen. I told you I bought this last year. We won the Champions League, and I will keep it there. Kai Havertz, mate. All right, leave him alone. Look, maybe losing both Kante and Jorginho is too much. Heavily dependent on who we bring in. Because if we bring in 2 midfielders, maybe it's not as much of a burden. But at the same time, you want to have squad depth, and I stress about having squad depth. I get that, but losing either or is the thing here, isn't it? Kante's never around, and if he was around, I would choose him all day. He's not around, and he's getting paid a hell of a amount of money, which is a problem. And Jorginho, he's consistent because he's available. He hardly gets injured, and that's a pro for Jorginho. He's an option. It's just, what do we get from him? Game in, game out, and how consistent is he? And how do we benefit from him when he's in a team, other than this control element that people talk about? You know, that's the thing. I want us to elevate. I don't want us to stay here. I want it to do this. You know, and I feel like with the current crop of players that have shown that they've been inconsistent for the last 3 years, we're going to stay here. I want to close that gap. I want us to win titles again. We need squad depth. We need better quality of players through the midfield. We've had Kovacic, Kante, and Jorginho for a long time now. Let's move on. Let's look forward. Let's allow our scouting department and Graham Potter to go and buy specific players to maybe enhance that and better that, potentially. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I say allow him to go if he wants to go. Yes, 7:30 kickoff. If you're not already aware, I'll let you guys know, on Amazon. So if you've got Amazon Prime members, you can watch the Chelsea or Brentford Chelsea game. Starts at 6:30 tonight on there as well. So, yeah, big up, man. You can send me the scarf, mate. I'll wear it shamelessly. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. He should be. Harry always does them anyway. Harry always does them. But, yeah, there we go. So, my feels with Jorginho is like I said, and the same with Kante. You know, we're not... It's a bit of an issue. It's a bit of a tricky issue. With Kante, it's tricky because we just don't know if he's ever going to be fit, and what he's on at the moment is not worth keeping him at the moment, because we don't know how he's going to come back, even with this operation. With Jorginho, you either want him to stay or you don't. For me, I don't mind it a little bit, providing his rotation. As long as he's rotation, that's it. That is all I will say. Now, I want to jump onto this Brentford-Chelsea match preview. We're going to open up the lines in about 20 minutes as well. Get you guys involved. But make sure we're hitting the likes, guys. Like Lewis was saying earlier, we ain't got enough likes. Why have we got enough likes? Everyone smash the like buttons now, please. Let's get these likes over 100 likes. If you're not hit that fun, please do so. If you ain't getting that scarf, because I'll burn it. Listen, stop hating on your players, yeah? Stop hating on your players, man. Back your players. Big up to Kazim in the house as well. Nearly 200 of yous here combined, as always. So where are Chelsea in the league at the moment? Well, we're 4th. That's where we are. Quietly going about our business. Our last run of form in the last 5 games is 4 wins, 1 loss, 19 points. Game in hand on for both the Tottenham, Man City and Arsenal above. We win the game in hand. It leaves us with even 1 point of Tottenham and Man City. But more importantly, it could leave us with about 6 points, provided Man United don't win their game in hand in front of Man United. So there's a gap opening up below us. Now it's going to be important to see, like I said, and I said this on Chelsea Fan TV, how consistent we can be in our own form. If we can start building up a 10 game winning streak, which we need to do, because that will close the gap to the above if we can do that. That's the big test. And that's why I keep saying to you guys that I'm not 100% sure. I'm not talking about Jorginho specifically or Kante. That's why I'm not sure on the crop of players we have, if I can trust them to be consistent in their own performances yet. Because they haven't showed me that. They haven't showed me that they can be consistent throughout a 38-game season. And I want to see that. I don't want to see us losing stupid games. You know, we can lose games, but lose games in a way. Right. So, yeah, there we are at the moment. And in terms of the head-to-head between Chelsea and Brentford, before we go into the team lineups, well, the last time we played them, we beat them. We did beat them, but I don't know why that ain't showing me yet. What's going on here? Go away, mate. There we go. No, what? Oh, no, sorry. The last time we played them, we lost, didn't we? 4-1 at home. Really? I don't remember that. I thought we beat them. That can't be right. Did we not beat him 1-0 at Brentford? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. We beat him 1-0. So, yeah, so 2nd of April 2022, we lost 4-1 at home. I don't even remember that. I do remember that. I was there. I was at that game. What am I talking about? I do remember that. What an awful game that was. I remember. 4-1. And then obviously we beat them 2-0 in the League Cup, 1-0. So since the last loss, which we hold, we've won 9 of our visits that they've come with them. So, you know, it seems like they win once in a blue moon and then we're going on a run of wins. Tonight, I want to see us go on and kick on with a run of wins. Now, what is Graham Potter said about the team news and the press conference? Well, I'm on Chelsea's FC's page and he goes on to say that there's no fresh injuries concerning ahead of the trip. He has said that Thiago Silva chance of playing. We're going to talk about now, and obviously he's talking about Denis Zakaria as well. So let's get into it. He says that there are no problems. That leaves Reece James, Kante, and Fofana as the definite absentees against Brentford. Of course, playing twice in the space of 4 days takes its toll, and a couple of journalists presents wanted to me to know how the head coach would talk whether Thiago Silva would start. No problems injury-wise. It's just the recovery. So with Thiago Silva, he's fit. We know he limped against Villa, but it is recovery with him. Will he start tonight? He could potentially. We're going to talk about that in the team lineup soon. 24 to 48 hours, we need to make sure the recovery is right for him. I have to involve him in the conversations because he's 38 years old. He's a man. He knows himself better than I do. So that decision on Silva starting is going to fall on Silva. He talks about Denis Zakaria as well, who hasn't started games, and some Chelsea fans are a little bit annoyed that he hasn't been given the opportunity. He goes on to say that he is important still in the squad. He still feels that he will get his opportunities at Chelsea at some point. Denis has been in the group. He's been training well. He's ready to help the team. Obviously, there is a competition for paces in the area in that area, but there's no talk of anything. He's an important member of the team. He's been patient. He's trying to keep the team from the side at the moment and waiting for his chance. Well, what could we use him? Because some people say, well, why don't we give him a chance at right wing back, this, that, and the other? We know he's a central midfielder, you know, but he's got Jorginho, Kovacic in front of him. He's now got Ruben Loftus-Cheek in front of him. He also goes on to talk about Kepa versus Mendy for the number 1 spot. It came a year to the day after Mendy had done likewise at Brentford. It's better to let decide, said Potter. It's better to let football decide, said Potter, who went on to praise the environment his keeper, coach Ben Roberts, has created. Kepa has done really well. He's been supported fantastically by Edward and Betts. They provide good competition. Keva's form was really pleasing for everybody, especially him. So it's nice to have comparison in the area. So basically, I get it. If a goalie's playing well, why are you going to drop him? Just allow them to play. Just allow them to continue playing. And that's me saying that. I'm not even Keva's Grey's fan. So there you go, guys. I want to move on to this. What are Chelsea going to do in terms of lineup? I want you guys to get involved in the chat as well. Then we're going to open up the lines and get you guys involved, talk about the game, whatever. May Potter know who's number one. Here we go. Matt's in the chat. Big up to Couch Critic in the house, bro. Nice to see you as well. Been a while, my man. It's been a while. Nearly 200 of everyone here as well. Big up to everyone that's tuned in as well. This Dennis situation is funny, man. Basically got an expenses paid vacation to London. Jam and toast on the house. Marshall, man. Right. Who's in goal? Well, should we just write in Mendy just to piss off Matt? Kepa will start based upon form, and that is it. That's all I'm going to say. He has no reason to be dropped, and he deserves to start. That's all I've got to say. Now, if Thiago Silva is ready to play and feels good, then he will play. No, I can't give him any. No. Come on, Silva. Give me. Is that? I'd play him in the middle, and I'd play Koulibaly here. We're going to do two systems. Koulibaly here, and I'd play Chalobah. See, I think Chalobah, Koulibaly, and Silva is our best at the moment. Is our best back three. And it seems like we're comfortable in this back three. Koulibaly, we saw in the second half of Aston Villa, came on, looked solid. Silva and Chalobah, even Chalobah since he's come in has been great. I'll start off the left side. Now, left side for me is up for debate because Cucurella had a stinker as a left centre back. We saw it, but I do think he would be much better as a left wing back, being more attackive. And Chilwell, on the other hand, he's not really impressing me. So, from what I would do, I would go for Cucurella personally, starting. Even though I think Chilwell may do, I think Cucurella should start. I think Chilwell should be benched, in my opinion. Only because I just feel he's more progressive and he suits the attacking element of what we try and do. Because with Chilwell, it takes too many touches. It takes so many touches and he always goes backwards. Drives me absolutely mad to watch. Well, yeah, but he can, Silva can play and then just take him off 50 minutes. Why not just do that? Do you know what I mean? That's what I would do. And we'll do one without Silva in a second. I think Ruben starts. I think he's been great. And I actually think Jorginho starts tonight. I think it's going to be Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Cucurella. And then on the right side, we've got no other options. Unless he gives Zakaria a chance, Azpilicueta will play. He will play there because it's the only real option we got, unless we put Ruben there. And he's not going to do that because Ruben's playing very well in that position. Now, who's the front three? Well, Mount, I think, is going to start because he's on form, has to start. I think Aubameyang will lead the line. And I actually think Conor Gallagher is going to play. I think Conor Gallagher is going to play tonight. That's what I think we're going to do. If we go at the three, that's what I think. I think Pulisic could come in if Gallagher don't play. So you have Pulisic, Aubameyang, and Mount. That's another option. But I think Gallagher could start. Now, if Silva don't play, then I reckon we'll do this. But then it's just who do you play there? Who do you play there? I don't know who would play there. That's the problem. Who would we play there if Silva don't play? Any ideas? What are people saying in the chat? Yeah, fuck Ziyech, man. Who would start there if Silva's not fit? What are people saying in the chat? That's what people were saying. What are we saying, people? Play Mendy there. Maybe we have to go to a 4 at the back if Silva don't play. I want to see Burrow play. I just think he's going to play him. So, all right, people saying, well, if Silva don't play, we will have to play a back four. That's true. So that could happen. And if we're going to play a back four, it's going to be a 4-2-2 for me, which means that you'll have Aspie there, 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 there. This is where it gets interesting, isn't it? I think Gallagher can still play there. And then people saying Pulisic. Unless Havertz plays, which could happen. You know, you could have something like that as a 4 at the back. You know, yeah, that's what I've done. What's this say? Look at these agendas, man. Savić, 2 assists and 1 goal today. Gem, hold that. Why am I holding? What am I holding? He hasn't done anything yet. There's anything, Catman. What are you talking about? I would like to see Brower. Now, if it was my opinion, I would take Aubameyang out, play Brower, and go something like that, and play Pulisic, Brower, Mount, Gallagher. Some people are saying 4-2-3-1. Well, if we do a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-2-1, 4-4-4-4, 4-1, 4-2-3-1. There we go. If we do that, then you're going to need... No, it went like that. Then you're going to need to have... Hey, that's such a weird 4-2-3-1, man. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's an awful 4-2-3-1. Anyway. Something like that, but with Pulisic and Gallagher like there maybe or something. I don't know. Yeah, potentially. But yeah. We will see. K2 at centre-back or 3. Jim, we're going to change formation in game. Potentially. Could happen. We could see a 3 switch to a 4, but you've got to have the players to do that, you know. So we do have the players to do that. It's just that we're suffering from some injuries with Fofana out and James out and others. What I'm going to do now, because we're coming up to the hour, is give you the chance to come in, guys. The link is in the chat. Make sure that we're all hitting them likes, though. How many likes have we got? GNA TV, come on, guys, man. There's nearly 100 of you guys here. I've only got 48 likes. Please hit that thumb now. Let's get this up to 100 likes, guys. Please. Please hit that thumb. If you haven't done already. And the same with Chelsea Fan TV. You guys are on 64. Come on, you guys should be on 100 likes. There's over 100 of you guys there. Let's get this over 100 likes, please. Everyone smash the like button. Link is in the chat. Let's get some people in. You want to talk Jorginho? You want to talk Kante? You want to talk about the preview? We're going to give our match predictions in terms of score later on. But how can Chelsea win this game? Well, quite simple. Quite an easy and simple answer for you. Just play to the levels that we have seen prior to Villa. Move the ball well, be efficient, you know, press, defend well. You know, the usual stuff. Literally, the usual stuff. You know, if we can do that. Matt is here as well. Matt, what you saying?
What I'm saying is we're getting a clean sheet today. That's what I'm saying. It's getting a clean sheet, stock standard. With what?
Why? If we get a clean sheet, it will be because of our defence, yeah.
Because of our main man, our new man, Kepa Arrizabalaga. But I'll say this on Kante as well, that Kante for me needs to go. Just like, Jem, you know I love Jorginho. Jorginho needs to go as well. Aspie needs to go. Get this man out of here. But I need a Brozier goal tomorrow and a Kepa clean sheet. That's what's happening tomorrow. And we'll see what happens.
You just need a That's all you need.
I couldn't hear what you said. I heard just banging.
All you need is a Kepa clean sheet. That's all you care about, mate. You don't care about anything.
I'm shocked you didn't say Mendy's got to go.
Mendy's gone, mate. He's gone.
Mate, you jumped the gun early with your penitentiary anyway. So, you know, you jumped the gun.
He's already got one. Well, clean sheet saved us last week. I mean, everyone's praising him. I said it.
You put mine and Andrews and Lewis's face in a penitentiary after one game. That is shameful, mate.
After a man of the match performance that we've seen from a Kepa Arrizabalaga. Come on, Jim. That's a 10 out of 10 performance.
Let me ask you something, mate. Did Mendy do the exact same things last season under 2?
No.
Oh, no. Is he having a laugh?
No.
Is he joking? Is he
No.
joking? He's got to be
I
joking.
don't remember the commentators ever saying Mendy's a Chelsea hero.
Is
I've heard them say multiple times. Kepa's a Chelsea
Well,
hero.
Mendy's had a few good games.
Hang on.
Nothing to
That's
say
weird.
like that.
So you don't remember 1-0 away at Brentford? He did exactly the same thing.
Not when it was
No.
not like that. Not like that.
Yes,
You can't
he did.
compare them.
Yes,
I
he
can
did.
compare. Yeah, they got a couple of saves
Listen.
here,
Oh.
but nothing to where is comparable to Kepa's one. Kepa's one was much better.
No, we only won the 1-0 win against Brentford because of Mendy. We
Oh.
only
Yeah,
won
we
that.
won it because of Mendy, great, but it wasn't as good as Kepa's outstanding performance.
Matt, do you know
Yes,
how
it
many
was.
games last season?
It was.
Kepa
Shall I tell
never
you
won
why?
the Champions League.
Shall I tell you why?
It was
Because
great. It was
all-
great.
It was
but-
all game. Kepa's was only one half.
Yeah.
No, it was all game. You had to clean show game, I think.
Matt, can I just
think
say
it was all right.
something? Mendy won Chelsea a number of games last season from stepping up. I remember Villa at home when we should have been 2-3-0 behind and we went in 1-0 up still. Yeah. I remember
I'm not
Brentford
saying you
away.
didn't. Never said
There's
you
a
didn't.
number of you cannot sit there and
You
say
just,
never
you
said
said
that.
he did. You
We've
just
got
said
way
he
too much to
didn't.
talk
I
about.
just said Kepa did it better. I just said
I
Kepa
think
did
it's
it
just
better.
trolling. You are trolling.
No,
isn't it? I know.
I never said Mendy didn't do it. I never said Mendy didn't do it. I just said Kepa did it better. That's all I said.
But he didn't do it better.
He did.
So there.
Okay,
It's not
well,
even me.
But
that's right.
Kepa had a great game.
Kepa
though.
comes to get the clean sheet. His stock standard for him. He's back in the game. Every Chelsea fan should be looking at this man and clapping his hand. He's worked very hard to get to the spot.
Why are you not
He
doing that for
deserves
Mendy though?
He didn't
When he
work
was
good.
hard.
What am I doing for
Mendy got
Mendy?
injured.
Mendy's gone.
He didn't work
Mendy's gone.
hard. Mendy got injured.
Matt is
He's only
toxic.
an
Mendy-
experimental
He worked hard. He was in
He
the
didn't
mud
work
because of
hard, Matt.
fans.
He
He was
got in
what do
there
you mean he didn't work
because
hard?
Mendy was
Matt's
injured.
toxic. Matt's toxic.
He was under Frank Lampard when
next
Frank
subject.
disregarded him, put him in the bin, classic Fat Frank. So you have to work very hard to get to the spot where he is. Got a new missus, got a new side.
Let's move on.
and now
We
look where
could
he is.
disagree
Look where he
between
is.
you two.
Toxic.
But he's
But
at a
Toxic
stage where we have
Chelsea.
to,
Tuchel
we have to
also
look at
kept
him.
him in the bin, though.
Toxic Matt.
Tuchel
We have to
also
look at
kept
him
in the bin.
and we have to praise him. He's worked very hard. to
Here
get to the
comes the
spot.
boom.
Very
He's not
hard.
worked very hard.
He's worked
He
very.
got there because
He's
he got
been
in-
working
Mendy got
in and out
injured.
in training every week, and now
Just
he's our first
bring-
time
That's
goalkeeper.
what I'm saying. Do you not
Give
take
me-
into consideration his form at Chelsea at the beginning of the season? Does that not come across your head when that
Which
how
season?
bad he
Under
He was one of
Sarri.
the worst goalies. He was one of the worst goalies in Premier League history. On
Over the
stats.
Under
past 4
Sarri.
years, not only just
Under Frank Lampard's season, he had a 51% rate, right? Same as what Mendy had in the Premier League last season. Now I'm not gonna say
Oh
I'm saying
my
Kepa was horrible. I'm gonna say Kepa was horrible. I said it. He was horrible.
Yeah.
He had a lot of problems going on, and he was in bad form. But it doesn't stop him from being a great keeper. He was good the Sarri season. He wasn't worth 80 million for sure, but he was good.
I
And he
just
worked
don't get
hard
why
for
we
it.
have SIF ranks. We pick and choose when, like, we do this all the time as a fan
Yeah.
base. We forget what we've done in the past to just big up another one, and then Kev will
didn't
be
forget
bad,
it.
and we'll big up.
Matt's just
I-
proved
It's just
it.
favoritism,
I didn't forget
bro.
it. Hang on.
It's just
Hang on. I didn't forget it.
It's
I
very
just
weird,
said.
mate.
Forget it. You
Well,
said
we
it.
fan
Hang
base,
on.
I'm telling you.
I know. I said. I just said that he was bad and he worked hard to become good again.
He didn't work
That's it.
hard. He got there because Mendy was injured. He didn't work hard at all.
But hang on. Did he stop playing football? No, he kept going to training week in week out. He
Well,
kept pushing
I'm not going
himself
to
to the
stop
limit.
playing football being paid 175 grand a week.
But
I'm
now
not
he's in the
gonna
starting
stop
field.
that.
He could have
He's
left.
robbed this club for he's based on his
He's never
first
lobbed.
two
He's never
seasons.
lobbed.
How bad
He's
he
never.
was.
Anyway,
He
he's
robbed
never.
us.
He was.
Yes,
He
anyway.
won us trophies. He won us trophies.
So did Mendy.
Oh.
Go.
They both did.
I
That's
I
right.
just can't believe you
God,
sat
man.
there. I just can't believe you sat there and said that Mendy didn't make any decent, didn't help Chelsea win any games last season.
It wasn't a
That's what
major.
you're saying.
I'm not. He helped us, but not any major factor. Like it wasn't. Oh,
Okay,
Mendy-
well, Kepa's one.
Yeah,
Hang on,
he
hang on.
was.
Yeah, let's
Mendy
move
won.
on.
Kepa's
Yeah,
one,
Jim,
hang
let's
on.
move on.
Yeah, let's
Kepa's
move
one
on.
is
Big
saying
up
wasn't a
Alex,
major
man.
thing then. When Kepa's
Alex
one
looking
on
like
Sunday
he's from
wasn't major,
Kazakhstan.
Wasn't hang on. Kepa's thing on Sunday, Matt, wasn't major then, yeah? We can agree that, yeah?
Oh,
Wasn't
don't
major.
go back
No,
to
it
the
was major.
Kepa thing. Oh,
I
my
said the
no,
one
no,
thing
no.
at the Brentford. That's
You
You
great.
just
can't
moved
pick and
on
choose.
from
But-
Kepa. There's
Can't
other
pick and
subjects. Look up there. Look at the title.
No,
Look
because
at the
no,
chat.
we're talking about number one
OG,
goalkeeper.
shut up and let me do this because you're interrupting and making it go longer. So Matt, we can all agree then
No.
that Kepa's performance on Sunday, because you said it like Mendy is, doesn't matter then. So we can agree that, yeah?
No, it does matter.
'Cause
I never
otherwise
said
you're-
Mendy's doesn't matter. I
otherwise
said
you're
Mendy's.
being a bit-
Mendy's
you're
wasn't
being
as good as
hypocrite, yeah?
Kepa's.
You're just
Mendy
being
wasn't as good as
hypocrite.
Kepa. No, you just. I mean, you just can't. You just can't take the L. You just can't take the L.
Matt is just
You can't take the L.
himself as a
It's right.
hypocrite. He's
Sorry,
a
you can't
hypocrite.
take the L. You know, he
You're a
wants
hypocrite,
Mendy's
Matt.
first keeper. That's
Matt,
fine.
you're a
That's
hypocrite.
fair
You're a
enough.
hypocrite,
He
Matt.
doesn't
You're
want to take.
ashamed.
Doesn't
Matt,
want
you're
to
a
accept it.
hypocrite.
You took a leaf out.
Matt,
You took a
wanna
leaf
accept
out
it.
of Lewis.
Matt is a hypocrite
Doesn't
and
want
a
to accept
liar.
it.
He's just proved it.
Doesn't
Oh,
want to
him,
accept it. He
it's
took it
fucking
out.
say the
Didn't want to
hypocrite
accept it. Took it out.
Anyway, let's move away from it now because we could sit here and say what we want to say about Kepa, and Matt's just going to say he's better than fucking every goalie in the world at the moment. So it's not.
Well,
worth
he
talking
actually
about.
is. By the way, Jim, he actually is. Statistically proving he actually is the best goalkeeper in the world.
Anyway, let's
I'm not
move
joking.
on. Yes,
He is.
he's doing very well. He deserves to be in the goal right now. Even I've said he doesn't deserve to be dropped on that basis. But it doesn't make to sit there and say that Mendy didn't do the exact same thing last season under Thomas Tuchel is bollocks, because Mendy won a number of games
Said he
last
did it.
season under Tuchel when he was
You're not
very good.
ending it, Jam.
That's the difference. The difference between Kepa and Mendy is that Mendy's actually already shown us consistency in his form to a level that I don't think Kepa can even get to. That's what I'm going to say from what I've seen up to now. And I'm waiting to see that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
So,
You guys never thought he would come back to the first spot?
No.
And he's
He
here
might
now.
do. But if he does,
He's here now.
it's good for us. And I'll hold my hands up and say he's done it.
Yeah,
but
we
at the
want
moment,
we want him to prove us wrong, Matt. So
We
Well,
want him
yeah,
to prove
we're
us
all
wrong.
Chelsea fans at the end
he's
of the
already.
day, right?
I agree. I want every player to prove
Okay.
him, but I mean, he's already proved wrong by you guys saying he's never going to become a first-time goalkeeper again. And
No,
Anyway,
but you're
let's
saying
quickly-
that Mendy's not good.
that's what you guys were saying 6 months ago. Like,
Guys, let's move away from it. This because this is boring now, and let's go on to the talks about Jorginho really quickly. I want to go back to Jorginho. We'll come back to the game in a second, right? So yesterday we see that he wants 150k, not 120. He wants a 2-year contract with a 1-year extension. You've heard my thoughts on it. I know some people in the chat weren't overly pleased with what I said. Some agreed, some didn't. What are your thoughts on Jorginho staying at Chelsea for another 2 years? Do you think it's a good thing for Chelsea to do moving forward?
Can I go?
Go on, Alex. Go on, mate. You start, bro.
I was just trolling, man. I don't give a fuck.
I thought you were gonna be there
If
to
he
defend him.
resigns the contract, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be what's his name? Harry Potter out that same day. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Do you not think
Because
Alex
his decision
rotation?
to extend the contract, not nobody else.
So let me ask you this.
His.
Let me ask you this real question, right? So say we keep him on, right? He stays at the club, but then we go and buy another 2 midfielders who start, but we use Jorginho's rotation. Would you be okay with that, or are you still not happy with the fact that he's just at Chelsea?
No, the aura of the fraud is still gonna be around. Like he will make them like it's just no.
Win, lose, or draw, Alex is J5 out.
Yeah.
Anyone have a difference of opinion to what I've said, what Alex is saying? Does anyone feel that he should stay?
The boom
I just
is
think
different.
he just
Like, he
needs
said he's a
to
bench
He
player,
wants
man.
he wants Jorginho to stay.
Does
He
he?
wants Jorginho
So,
to get
do you
the
want him to
contract
stay?
extension.
Okay,
Andrew
so here's
is-
the thing, right?
Go on.
Of the midfield contingent we have, only him and RLC are consistently available. Okay.
Okay.
Kante,
I
I'd
agree.
get rid of. That frees up money to give Jorginho a pay rise, which I want to happen. I want him to actually put that in the contract that he's going to get some of Kante's money so he can go up to 150 grand just to annoy Alex. Second of all, I would even, if Kovacic doesn't get this knee surgery and is less consistent, I'd get rid of Kovacic next summer as well. He's not available.
Okay.
I agree. I don't want him starting every game, but I want him part of the squad. I put it in the chat. I think over the next 2 transfer windows, we need to buy 3 midfielders. I think we need to get 2 6s and 1 8. That's what we
Even
need
your
to get.
microphone doesn't agree with you.
Bollocks. I don't care. I don't care.
Nah, preach.
But you know,
And listen, his microphone always does that, man.
Your fraud chat microphones saying like, I wish
was
I had
working well in the
the
beginning.
upgrade. Not Jorginho money go to, not Kante
Yes.
money go.
I know. Can I get 30 grand a week, please? That's what I need.
What
will be
about
the
you,
thing,
Theo?
man.
What do you feel about Jorginho? Like, do you think we should keep him? Or?
Jorginho, yeah, I'm with Alex here. I wouldn't mind him stay. It's like that section, your section's like Jorginho out, or like Jorginho could stay. He's not going to play every game like he did last season, play as many minutes. He's going to be more like a
This
carrot.
is not what
old
Alex
carrot.
said.
He's coming off the bench. Yeah, well, he doesn't want to play. He doesn't
No.
want him to play every minute.
I don't think Alex would say that he
No.
wants Jorginho to
I
stay.
said I don't want Jorginho near. I
You
don't
think
want
he's the lowest common denominator, where he's always the problem, no matter who comes in. You think
He's
he's
the
going to cause
reason
the
World
problem?
War II started.
He's not Italian. He's a Brazilian, bro. Leave him alone, man.
Yeah,
Remember
that's only
Mussolini?
with Jorginho. From what I've seen on Twitter yesterday, it's a very divided fan base. Some feel that he deserved the 150k. That what he's done in his career to this point is actually, it's not even that much, and he should get it. Others feel We need to look forward, look past him. He's not good enough. He shouldn't be in this squad anymore. Like me, and like I've already said, we need to start bringing in players that are going to elevate this system, and actually we're going to get better performances.
Yeah, but you didn't name any. You didn't name one. Like,
well, like I said,
name like
Alvarez.
what?
It's Alvarez
Huh?
right now, Singare.
Like, yeah,
Alvarez.
other than Alvarez, who's played disappointing.
The thing
in
is,
Champions
the thing
League.
is, but the thing is, Jorginho. I'm a big Jorginho fan, right? But there's no point in keeping him at this stage. Same with Kante. There's no point in keeping these guys. Like we we're in a new era. We need to get new players, right? If we're not bringing anyone in, fine, we can keep him. But it looks like we're going to bring in Alvarez in January. I'll get rid of either Kante, Jorginho. Come next summer, if Jorginho is obviously he's declining, he's very fragile right now. He's got injury problems. Why would we keep someone like that? I think he's done fantastic for your club. He definitely deserves 150k a week.
He literally has no injury problems. What are you talking about?
He was paying on painkillers the whole half last season. He was paying on painkillers half last season. He's got a fragile body.
We've proven in this chat earlier you don't notice last season. So why are you bringing up his injury problems?
Hang on.
He just likes painkillers. He just likes pills.
Did you forget he was on painkillers half last season because he's got a fragile
I
body?
take painkillers for no reason. I'm joking.
Why was he on them?
Because he was forced to play and he was having injury problems.
Because the other players were injured.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Other players injured, so he was forced to play.
He injured the other players, and then there was nobody to back him up and run around and defend for him. He had to start.
But what Alex is saying is kind of true.
Matthew, look, the comment from Matthew, like, let this. You see, this is the same people that saying like, what the fuck is Azpilicueta doing and why he got the contract extension and 2+1? Why he got it? All of a sudden, like, why? Like, you saying that Azpilicueta needs to be gone and not extending contract, but you the same frauds that tell me that Jorginho needs to resign the contract on the same deal as Azpilicueta, right? That's what you're saying? And Azpilicueta, this is how Jorginho runs? And Azpilicueta runs like this, Rondo, and still beats him. Why is totally? Please prove me why it's difference between Azpilicueta and Jorginho.
No, for once I agree with Alex. 100%. Okay. It needs to be Jorginho, Kante, Aspi all out. Okay. Like you can't pick and choose which one you want.
Okay, that's rich coming from you. I would say it's totally different. It's totally
fake laugh.
Jorginho is still Jorginho. He's still playing. He's still helping the team. Aspi's not doing that. Okay, Aspi's come to the end of it. He's fallen off a cliff. Jorginho hasn't.
And Jorginho's not.
No, Jorginho hasn't. No, you just got Alex. I can't have a Jorginho debate with you. There's no point. It's like ramming head against the wall. There's just no point. You know what I mean? This ridiculous thing.
Imagine saying Azpilicueta physically done, but Jorginho is not.
No, it's Jorginho. I can't see what I mean. I can't. How can you have a reasonable cup when you say he injures other players when actually other players injure him because he has to play so much? So that doesn't make any sense. What you say?
It does.
Okay? So Andrew, how many years would you give him? How many? If you're saying extends, I don't mind. I don't care. How many years would you give him? Just two. Not even +1. Just two. Not even a plus. I hate this +1.
Did he?
+1. Just two.
I saw.
Everybody.
Jonas Matthew guy, right? He tags me every game to stats of Jorginho. Every game he was tagging me. It'll be like max stats and stuff.
I have a question. Everybody who wants Jorginho out, and I want to move on Jorginho, but I want to replace him with somebody who has a similar skill set but could play defense as well. Or
just say you want a DM then, because he's
exactly. Yes, I want a DM. But my thing is, if everybody who wants Jorginho out, and this question is for myself, do you also want Kante out as well?
No.
Yes.
I mean, go on Showtime. You answer it.
Because that's the question right there. Because are we going to let go of our two most, that's our most recognized players.
That's the problem, isn't it? Because we have a 290k Kante who plays 15 appearances a season in a 50-game season, which we don't benefit from. On the flip side of it, you've got a consistent player in terms of being available in Jorginho, but it's what level of performances are you going to get?
It's not taking us to that next level. Yeah.
So where is the middle point of this? Because if Kante turns around and says, I'll stay for 150k with a 2-year extension, and he's having this. He's out for 4 months, but he's having this hamstring operation. He comes back with his operation and feels better. Then I'm saying Kante, but we don't know. That's the problem.
Can I just say,
Kante's gone. Kante's gone because Chelsea's not extending his contract
in this situation.
Can I just say something as a just a Liverpool fan looking at it? I think you should move on from Kante. You can't rely on him. You can't rely. And trust me, this is coming from someone that supports a team that has so many midfielders injured all the time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Would you be getting Kante to Liverpool for free?
No, I wouldn't, because if I
saying that, you're gonna pick up Kante for free.
You know how much he will help Trent Alexander defend?
No, do you know what it is?
What, in the physio table?
No, Alex, I'm going to ignore that comment.
But no one is injured off the hamstring.
Let him finish.
If Kante help 30% of Liverpool, Trent Alexander defend in Liverpool's game, that's your title.
To be honest, we defended better last game, but we kind of dropped him. But anyways, moving on.
Trolling. I'm just trolling.
But just say, like, if Kante came to us, it would be a contradiction for me to say I want Kante, because Liverpool need midfielders that are consistently fit, and this is what I'm saying with Kante. Kante is a brilliant player. There's no doubt about it. He helped you. I think he was the main guy for you lot to win the Champions League, 100%. But right now he's been declining.
I agree.
And it's to do with a lot of injuries, and you don't need that right now.
So what do you base it on, Samuel? Do you base it on availability then? I
always say availability is the best ability. Availability is the best ability, and right now you can't be relying. Say again. What if
you're available all the time, but your ability stinks? That you just don't. It doesn't work. You're on the pitch. Then what do you do?
Well, that kind of like goes on your scouting and recruitment as well. Like that needs to be in question, because one thing about it is that. Say again. No, one thing about it with Jorginho, I do understand what Winter Surfer is saying. Like, I don't rate Jorginho at all, just like Alex, but Jorginho has some uses. Yeah, but if you had a chance to like move him on and get another move, you not got the money, man. Todd Bowley, he's going all out. Come on, he's going all out.
Samuel, do you not think that Chelsea have, like you just said, have the money? Do you not think Chelsea have the money to go and buy better players in that position?
100%.
Yeah, we do.
So what do we do here? Do we just keep for rotation? Do we keep for what? This is the problem, isn't it?
The thing that let me say something. The thing that I don't like is, or the thing that I look at is, you look at Real Madrid and you look at Bayern Munich. Like when you look at their midfielders, they always have their established midfielders and their legendary type midfielders. And I'm not saying Jorginho is a legend or Kante is a legend. I'd more say Kante is a legend, but they don't move them on at the same time. There's a proper plan and there's a proper succession. They already have Kamavinga. They already got Chouameni. They're probably going to get somebody else. So it's like they do it the proper way. Us letting go of those two guys at the same time, I believe it will cause an imbalance. Now, unless we go get like Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice both in one or two windows at the same time, then I'd say, okay, maybe we can cope. But even just the Aston Villa game proved the use of Jorginho. And I'm not the biggest Jorginho fan, but look, he came on in the last 20 minutes and we regained more composure in the game. So now,
you're right, and we all of a sudden start to conceding more chances against us in the minute he showed up.
You didn't listen to my whole thing. I'm not.
I heard your whole thing.
I don't think we did.
I'm not defending.
We did not, Alex. That's just a lie.
I did.
Yeah, exactly.
The last 20 minutes was dead.
You see what I mean? Do not listen to Alex about Jorginho or anything, please.
I'm just saying, Alex. I'm just saying, Jorginho.
Oh my God!
If we let him go, we have to replace them adequately. Like, very good. Like, it has to be
the guy is inviting pressure at the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, but he helped us on the ball as well, because we weren't doing anything in the game. So you got to take off. I don't like, again, I agree with you on Jorginho, but you have to also, give credit when it's due, and he deserves that.
I don't respect Jorginho as a man. He's not a man. He's one of those.
What have you done to you?
I think with it all, I don't like My thing with Jorginho is that I don't like the idea of him starting games when we have a certain philosophy and idea of what we want to do in terms of attacking and moving forward. I don't think Jorginho is the right player, even though he controls the ball and he moves sideways, whatever. I don't think he's the right mold in that system that enhances us moving forward.
He's
Does that
not
make
good
sense?
in
So
transition.
where you say when we're winning games is good to have because we keep the ball well in terms of control, you're correct, because yes, he does recycle the ball a lot. He does do that. That is one of the things he does. But again, that's not something that you can go into next season with and just say, we start Jorginho. Do you know what I mean? That means, again, he has to be rotation. And that means that he comes on at 60 minutes a game, 70 minutes a games when we're ahead just to kill the game off.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the way I see
I
it.
agree. And
I think there's a good.
But you know, his price tag,
I
Jorginho's price tag just went up. So if we're keeping a Jorginho, we're gonna have to give him way more money than what he's making now.
But
So
I think there's a confusion here, right? I don't want him to start every game. Just be part of the squad.
There's no confusion.
So are you want him to be a part of the squad making 200K a week?
He's asking for 150.
Well, that's what Kante's been on for the last 2 years.
150K a week as a sub.
There's an agenda here. There's an agenda.
As a sub, 150K as a sub? That's too much for a sub.
Kante's been in that.
No.
Well, whole year.
Come on, Andrew. Speak up.
150K
for a sub, right?
Rehab person. Is that what we're asking?
What do you mean, mighty rehab person? He fixed the problem. The hamstring was on the same leg. Kante on one leg is better than Jorginho on two legs.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
I'd rather give Kante.
Unfortunately, can't play a player on one leg.
Impossible.
I think he's faster on one leg still, but
still,
oh my days, Alex,
and he's box to box. I'd rather keep Kante, know that he's gonna be back and forth. And Kante fixed the injury. Why do you think they told him to go get the surgery? Because that was the problem before. He didn't get the surgery before.
150 is not a lot of money for Chelsea. I don't think we should focus on the money.
It's the same reoccurring injury. It's the same reoccurring injury. It's not nothing new. This injury is reoccurring. He fixed the problem with the surgery. The injury was.
I agree.
We don't know that. We don't know that. That's the problem. We can't say
find out.
It's an ACL. Doesn't mean it's
the same injury on the same leg consistently. It's the same injury, bro. He had this injury under Mauricio Sarri. Now it trickled down. It started causing ankle problems. It started causing knee problems.
The Spurs injury was the hamstring. His hamstring went at Spurs. That was that injury.
Right. This season, I'm talking about the past 4 years where he's had multiple injuries. What are we talking about here?
That's true as well. Yes,
this is the problem with players like Kante. It's all sentiment about thinking what he's done in the past.
No sentiment. It's just that he's way better than Jorginho. You want to pay Jorginho weekly. You got to pay Jorginho 150 weekly, and then let Kante go. A man that people say 70% of the earth is covered by water and 30% is covered by Kante. How would you want that to go so he can deliver pizza left and right?
When does he play Showtime? When does he play?
Because no one lives there.
All right, I'll get it out. Kante's injury history is
But Showtime, when does Kante play?
Lewis, you trying to trigger everybody?
Yeah, Lewis has a
not looking good for us.
belt or whatever.
That's not going to be a good.
Yeah, but Lewis likes Lukaku. Lewis likes Jorginho. Lewis likes every other player that's fucking.
Matthew Lee, you don't have to write every comment in a cup letters, man.
That sounds accurate.
Why not? Why not?
He's the biggest J5 fan. He's the biggest J5 fan, that guy. Right, so I've got it here. Right, 1 second before we continue. Right, this is N'Golo Kante's injuries. 2 pages of injuries that he's had. So if we go back to, let's go back 15. So let's start from 15-16.
Looks
right?
like
so
a hamstring is the primary
concern.
Just start from Chelsea, 18-19 or something. Just start from that.
All right, 18-19 then, all right? So he did have hamstring injuries in 15-16, by the way.
But that was at Leicester. That was at Leicester.
So 18-19 at Chelsea, he missed 2 games, and then he had a bruised rib, then he had a knee problem, and then when you look at that, I mean, other than his sprained ankle, he was out for 35 days. He didn't really miss many, other than the bruised ribs. He didn't really miss many games, right? And then you go into the next page, which is the most recent page, and then it's groin injury in 2019, missed 21
groin
days.
Injury is hard to get rid of.
Yeah, muscle injury, 112 days, but it doesn't specifically say what muscle injury. 112 days. Hamstring injury, 28 days. Hamstring injury, 25 days. Groin injury, 21 days. So it's a mixture.
He never seemed to fix the groin and the hamstring.
By the way, hamstrings are caused not because you are it's not caused by chronic it's caused by overplaying,
stretching.
Yeah.
And I blame managers for that because we overused him.
Right.
I think specifically. Yeah.
You are right.
Hamstring,
By the way,
knee,
you know
and groin
who had the
injuries are all related.
constant
Thank you.
hamstring injury
Hamstring,
and then
knee,
had
groin,
surgery
all related.
and fixed it? Dembele at Barcelona.
All three of
the
those
super
injuries
chat.
are related.
Gawayem says just for comparison.
He just fixed the problem. The specialist
You're
told me to get the
joking, man.
surgery.
Right,
We got to Gawayem. Thank you for the donation.
Oh, that's a banger comment. Lewis is
Don't
probably
bring up
crying right now.
AC's MC. Don't do that.
That his missus is injured now, Barcelona.
It isn't just a reoccurring injury. He's had a number of multiple different injuries, whether it's his groin, hamstring, or knee. He has had injuries with his legs. So, it's a hard one to choose because we don't know. He has this operation. He comes back and he's fit. We don't know that if it's going to be a successful.
Kante gone. But if Kante gone, the other fraud needs to be gone too.
All right, I want to hear some names of replacements.
Alvarez, Sangare.
Alvarez isn't
Give me
playing
five.
well.
1-8-2-1-6.
Alvarez is just
Give
not
you
all that. Every
five.
time I tune into what
Yeah, give me
Alvarez,
five.
Look at you.
done up.
Give you 5. I'll give you
five
1.
names.
Be
Forsberg
satisfied
is
with
okay.
1.
Because we're looking for 2 players, and we're not going to get the only 2 that we want. I mean,
I don't disagree. I think
Yeah,
that's what I'm
look
saying.
at
If
the
we
five.
can get 2, then
third teamer, bro.
He wants the 5. Like he wants 5.
I
I
Like,
want
the
5. Look
what
at
the
I
hell?
got 5.
Gangbang
play with 5.
relationship you want.
We didn't play with 5
Get
DMs.
get one and be satisfied over it.
We didn't play with 5 DMs. That's the thing.
Alex,
Yeah,
you
weekday.
clown,
This guy, bro.
Weekend.
Like,
Should I put
All
the
right,
tattoo Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday
give
on
me
each
3
of them?
names. Give me 3 names then.
Okay, give him
What are we talking about midfield?
Sangare,
Besides
Alvarez,
Declan
I'll
Rice.
give you one
David.
name.
I'm not
One
even mentioning
person
Declan Rice.
with 3
He's a
names,
forward.
like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Arnold.
Why are you trolling?
No
Why are
way.
you trolling up in here?
I can give you one.
Alex, I came on a peaceful vibe. He's just coming back.
This guy,
So
man.
we got here. We got Dills just said Neves, Casiado, and Bellingham. These 3.
Casiado, Alvarez, Sangare.
De Jong,
Just do the
De
numbers
Jong,
on
De
De Jong,
Bellingham alone.
Kovacic, Robin Loftus-Cheek. Here's
I'm
the
looking
5
for
Living
Rice and
Loftus.
some
The
another
number
player.
alone, the
Rice
price
money's
tag
not
on these
coming.
guys are
Rice
at a
tag's not
all-time
coming.
high already.
Bro,
Well, Neves is 50
Rice
mil.
is one
Alvarez
of
is
the best
30 mil.
midfielders in the league, bro. You seen the
Rice
goals
is
he scored
rubbish.
this
Rice is
weekend?
rubbish.
Yo,
And
you're
he's
crazy,
150
you're
mil.
crazy, bro.
Rice is rubbish. He's
Not
150
listening
mil.
to you.
Alvarez, we've got De Jong, we've got Neves. There's so many cheaper options.
I agree. De
You're
Jong
gonna go for.
We're gonna go
you're
back
gonna
and
go
get
for
De Jong, who
Smiley
didn't want to
Rice?
come already.
DC
De Jong is a good
Smiley.
option, but he didn't want to come. He's right. No homo.
Go.
What is
Better
that's
best
so
man.
weird, man? Why are you talking about Havertz? We're talking about Havertz. You're weird. You're weird.
He tried to change the subject.
Weird agenda. Anyway, we'll move away from that.
I wouldn't listen to him. He likes precision.
There's many. What I'm saying is, there's many options that Chelsea can go out in the summer window and buy for that position, and it's more than one. We need maybe 2, potentially 3.
Yeah.
Depending on how Ruben Loftus-Cheek performs, right? Because at the moment, I want to go to Ruben actually next. We've got the game tonight at 7:30 on Amazon, guys. So if you want to watch it, get tuned in on Amazon.
7:30 UK time kickoff.
Yeah. So
7:30 UK.
What's your question?
Why is he met 2 times?
Who?
Why is he met twice on the screen?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the sound, Zabby. Yeah.
No.
Oh, what is
I was just
what-
smoking
what-
on them Kepa haters.
Oh, I was like, what are you
Smoking on the
sucking
Kepa
over
haters.
them?
Guys, just quickly, I want to
German
go quickly back to the game tonight. Obviously, we haven't spoke about the game. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is performing supposedly, he is performing consistently from what we've seen so far in this so-called 6 role at the moment. Obviously, do you think he will start tonight? And do you feel that this is his position now? Obviously, is this where we will see Ruben start games moving forward now? Because it seems like he's put Jorginho on the bench. Kovacic struggles to get in and out of the team because he's not consistent in his own form.
Jorginho on the bench.
So is Ruben our most consistent
Matthew Lee
midfielder?
is
That's what I'm saying.
finally found
Well,
the
that's how you
cap.
know that.
cap
That's how you
button.
know we're at the bottom rock.
And they finally found the
Matthew Lee
home.
finally found the
Loftus-Cheek
cap
is-
button over there. Sold.
When Loftus-Cheek is our 6, I think that's when you're at rock bottom. Honestly, do we not forget last season? He had that decent amount of form. I think he's a good player. I don't think he fits our system now.
Remember that.
Oh no, I did watch
This
it.
is a whole different
We watched
story.
it together every week. We watched it together.
By the way,
Match.
why
Allowed
is
to
Mount
sit for
doing
Kepa.
so
We
deep?
Look at Mendy. Look at Kepa's season last season.
Look at
You know
Mendy.
that
can I ask
Rosa
a question
doesn't
real quick?
start.
Yeah, so then that means things can change. So talk about
He's
Arsenal
finished. He
right
goes
now.
to like Mason Mount in the final. He's going to make an FA Cup final.
Wait, with the guys that you have available now, who's your best midfield?
At the moment, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and whoever you want next to him.
Kovacic.
How many names do you want next to him?
Kova's not
that's
having
our,
his best.
That's our best availability.
I think Jorginho's having a better season than Kova right now. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. How many names you want besides Jorginho? 3, 5? How many?
I'm not a look. I'm not a Jorginho guy, but Kova is not performing. He's not performing up to his level.
Oh, so you need the 3 guys to perform better.
Yo, stop talking about guys, bro. What's up with you?
You're the one that asked 5 people.
Yo, you
name
crazy.
Me 5
you
guys.
Crazy. And you jump on it right away.
You man.
I'm gonna troll you, man.
Zakaria right wing back, Jim. Put him there.
No, but this is my problem. If say Thiago Silva gets rested tonight, right? I'd assume Koulibaly, Chalobah, Aspie could be a back 3 if we wanted a back 3 and we didn't do a back 4. But what do you do with the wing back area here? Because we haven't got anyone other than Azpilicueta. And if you do that, who's going to place in the back 3?
Be back 4. Why is Chalobah on the left in the first place if Koulibaly is there?
No,
all right, so fine.
Zakaria there, man.
You will be a back 4. So if it's a back 4, then it's going to look like that, but not like that. I don't know why they're so wide.
It's not going to look like that.
It look like that.
4-2-3-1.
There we go. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. 4-2-3.
No, it's 4-2-2-2. Click the 4-3-3.
It's going to be on the right.
Why is Aubameyang not there? And Pulisic.
Why is Pulisic starting?
I would like to see Rohan Puli. That would be.
Does Gallagher start tonight? Do you reckon he'll get his chance?
Why not? Give him a chance, man.
There's a chance.
You get a chance.
Only Brentford. Nah, they are tough.
Nah, I wouldn't say it's only Brentford, man. What Charlie FC?
They are tough.
I'd rest Aubameyang, man. He needs to be ready for Man U.
You need to rotate.
You do need to
rotate this game.
I think. You know.
I think Gallagher.
No one wants to talk about Chilwell. How about Chilwell?
Yeah, I agree with Matt. Gallagher.
I don't think Chilwell's been specifically great this season. That's why I feel like Cucurella, who's naturally best positioned, is a back 4. We should play him there. You know, that's what I would say. But I don't know.
Has Chilwell actually been playing that bad?
No, but he's just
not bad. He's not great.
He hasn't hit his last season level. So I was watching him last season before he tore his ACL. Who's with Eka?
But yeah, I mean, what would you do, guys? What would you do with the formation then? Like, is it a few? You're all saying 4 then, not a 3.
Keep it as a 4. Keep it.
If Silva's fit, if Silva does play, it's a 3. End of. There's no comparison. If he isn't playing, it's a 4.
But Jem, that comes to the question, Jem. Where's Zakaria, man? Where's Zakaria? That's my question. That's my question.
You trying to trigger us?
In a travel lodge waiting to go back to Italy. That's where he's at.
You could.
I find that embarrassing, Jim. I find it. See,
he may not just be in this manager's plan.
I don't think he'll just start. I think he'll come on.
Oh, no, he won't.
On the field.
He won't start. But I don't know. I feel it's just this streaming. I in this situation right now that we're in, I think he should be starting.
I agree. He should be involved.
Does Sterling start tonight, or do you think he gets rested?
Sterling is
rested.
He needs a rest.
Yeah, rest.
What about Pulisic? Starts? No.
Nah, he starts,
he gotta
man.
play. He needs to play, man. At some point.
I lie. Before his dad
he's not going to play.
His role is to come off the bench. I think that's what he's best at.
So it's today or never.
Zach is a war.
To work, but big up to you guys. Big up, Jim.
See you later, Samuel. Take care, bro. See you later, mate. Take care.
Take care, bro.
Respect, make a wish Zakaria Chelsea doing its chance.
That's deep.
But like, honestly, he needs to start. We're in a bad situation in the midfield. I think we should be implementing him and getting him involved. Should
we be worried about this Brentford team because they are in a bit of form? Tony looks like he's on a bit of fire again. Is there any way that we could be under?
Dude, they destroyed us.
It's going to be a tough game.
Why are we worried about Ivan Toney? Look who's in goals, mate. I'm not worrying. I don't feel pressure.
This Chalobah position worries me a little bit.
Why?
I wouldn't play him. I mean, we don't have Thiago, so I'd probably switch Aspie and him to switch Aspie and make Aspie play center.
No way.
No. I think Chalobah's done well.
I would because I think the pace is better.
Why would you switch a centre back with a right back to go play centre back? That makes no sense.
Aspie could play centre back.
No, he can't play centre back.
Not a back four.
He cannot play centre back in the
team. Cali King in the house.
No, Kelly's
That's why we just played Chalobah. I think Chalobah's slotting in for Fofana very well.
That's what I mean. You
think
don't
he's done very
switch
well
you don't put a right back
Everyone
in.
likes to call him Chalobah. His name's Trevor.
Brother, there is no logical way you're telling me to switch a center back. It's not gonna fly. No.
Especially not fast bloke like that, man. I'm sorry.
Bro, stop trying to make Aspie a starter in this team in big old 2023, which we're going to. Okay, like Aspie, Jorginho, even Kante at this point. Those are all rotational players. That's not
true.
Kante's rotational.
True, Chalobah does have that 28 on record undefeated game.
He's not lost a game, has he?
That's an outstanding stat.
Kante can't even rotate on a physio.
I would switch Zakaria and Kova.
Serious.
Who? Zachary and Kova.
He can blame Jorginho for that.
You guys realize Brentford and Man United are must-win games, right? If we're being serious.
No, we did not know that. What a breaking news!
I think every
breaking news. If we come from California.
Hey, Alex, some people are saying they're not must-win games. I gotta check. You know what I mean? I gotta check.
See you, OG.
Chill, OG. Take care, bro.
Take care, guys, man. See you later.
OG. Respect to you, my brother.
We've got Kelly lovers in the house. Big up, Kelly.
Yeah, I see this when all of you join as well. It's like people wait for certain people to talk. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Kelly, what's your thoughts quickly going back because we've already passed it? But Jorginho staying, Kante staying. Who would you rather keep?
Oh no.
Oh god, yeah. Let's make this very swift, man. Kante is the better player, but Kante is more injury prone. Jorginho at this point, if he stays, it can't be for a contract increase. If he accepts similar terms and he's going to be a rotational player, then I'm all for keeping Jorginho. Jorginho off the bench is a fire option. But if we're trying to keep him to make him the starting DM or the starting midfielder in the pivot,
we're fucked.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
It's not looking good, bro.
You just said what I said. Basically.
Let me ask you something. Is he a fire like in a candle or a fire like California is on fire? What kind of
That's a big difference.
God damn. All right. We can't say he's a fire like the California fires. That shit is crazy ever. But it's a decent option, man. We all know.
Okay.
Like, Jorginho off the bench is a decent option.
I agree.
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair enough, mate. I want to talk about the front three going into tonight. Mount, Aubameyang, Gallagher. Who else could it be? Pulisic, maybe Ziyech back. What are we doing? Who's playing?
It got to be not Aubameyang. Mount has to start, obviously. Continue the form, hopefully. This is the weird one. I personally, for Brentford, would have went with Broja and Pulisic, and that's a little wild one. But my main focus would be for Man United to put out our usual people.
Yep.
So if we can't take Brentford down with like a Broja, a Pulisic, a Mount, maybe a Havertz, then we have a problem. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna need whoever you guys consider to be the full starting 11 against Man United. Like I want that.
Broja comes on.
I agree.
I think he comes on.
This is his chance right here.
60th minute, I think Broja comes on.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
he
100%.
Here's how you put it. Would you rather Broja or Havertz? And I rest my case from there.
Come on.
I'd say Broja at the moment. I want to see him.
But obviously, yeah, we all want him to start. But does the manager start him? I'll probably, if anything, I think he comes on 60th minute. And
Matt spitting bars. We'll probably see Havertz or
unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's gonna score an hat-trick tonight. Don't worry.
No, Aubameyang.
I'm gonna stick with Broja though.
No, I'm not against Aubameyang. I think if Aubameyang plays 90 minutes in 2 games or 70 minutes in 2 games,
there's no chance Broja starts.
What about Ziyech? He's back. He wants to play. Give him a chance. No, he's fucking shit. Man.
I'd rather listen to Matt talk about Kepa for 8 hours than see
Andrew, let's do it. Let's go. Let's talk. I'll talk for 8 hours.
Mental health.
Matt, where's the shirt, Matt? I know you have that shirt.
I don't have it. It's my bag downstairs. But mate, look who's in goals right now. Man.
Downstairs, you're in the basement. How you can?
I'm in Kepa's mansion actually. He's bought me a mansion.
Let him know, Matt. Let him know about
who's best.
With his 175k.
Definitely in the basement. There's no sunlight breaking through there.
175k a week, I think. Yeah, that's what me. That's what
that is so
I get 10% of it every week.
I had to take many
I get 175k in a year, man.
Yeah, number one goal.
Yeah, imagine you get paid 175K a week to hold the bench. Like, oh man.
I mean, now he's on that field. He's saving us week in, week out.
I'm not at the game, people. I'm not at the game. I'm at the Man United game on Saturday. I couldn't make it. I've been Villa away. I've been Milan away. I've took a break for a second. And I'm
Jem's put in his time. Going to Milan away.
Wife said no.
Hey, Jem, are the prices for tickets cheaper now since the Americans took over, or is it still more expensive?
Hey, don't give my idea.
Hey,
go next comment, Jem.
Get this off my screen.
No,
accusations going out.
Matt does not have a capable.
Get this madness off
Come
my
on,
screen.
I have
he is a blow-up doll.
That makes sense.
Y'all don't know. Matt got. I can't say the words exactly, but Matt got women. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We've been doing with Kepa's ass, Matt, is what Guy M's asking.
I mean, it's working. It's working.
Well, mate. It's working.
It's working.
He just has a
Secrets.
mask of Kepa and puts it over a blow up sheep.
Just like the Z in the alphabet, Zach and Zia are the end. Is what a beautiful game saying. Big up, man. Lost to Brentford is sackable offence, by the way.
Hey, calma. This man has won 5 games in a row. A loss to Brentford is not a sackable offense. Relax.
Right?
But it's a must-win games. You broke the news here, man.
Of course, it's must-win a game. We act like we haven't seen every manager under the sun lose a must-win game. It happens, but no, it is a must-win game.
Well, we need to see a run of form, right? Because we're 19 points with a game in hand. We could be a point behind Man City once we win our game if we win our game in hand. You know, we're not doing too bad, are we? People are not really looking at Chelsea at the moment, well, which is good.
That's
It's not the moment to lose. This is not the moment to lose.
This is the calm before the storm, because the run of games are coming slowly, and this man.
Have you seen the run of games? I'll show you the run of games. It's quite fucking. Let's go through it. Fixtures. There's a lot of hard games.
I don't know how long Harry Potter's wand is on
United.
By November, we will have played City, Arsenal, and Man United in a span of a month.
Wait, I've got it.
That's Harry Potter's real test. That is his real test. Not all these small clubs.
We've got Brentford obviously tonight, and then what's this? What is Chelsea? What the fuck's that giving me Chelsea for, bro?
Chelsea. I'm giving you the whole Prem. Man said, I want Chelsea. I don't care about the rest of the Prem.
All right, here we go. So we have got Brentford, and then we have Man United. Then we have Salzburg, which in a way is must-win game because you want to finish top of the group, right? So that's an important game. Away. We have Brighton away, which is probably not going to be. Zagreb is at home. I mean, we should win it. That would probably make some changes. It's Arsenal, City, Newcastle away.
Oh my goodness!
We literally have to win every game.
So and a Bournemouth that's on form, by the way. Jesus Christ!
See that Arsenal game right there?
Challenge for a trophy.
The big test is coming, isn't it? Really, is what I'm saying. This is where we're going to see.
This is going to be his real test. How good he is. Really.
You said
how good his magic wand is.
We beat Salzburg, and we can rotate. We'll get through. Maybe not win the group, but we would get through. Then we can rotate against Dynamo Zagreb. City's a League Cup game, so there's rotation then as well.
I see that. Go ahead.
I'm just saying this is why today is the rotational day.
You know what's quite scary?
After this, it's on.
Guys, in 6 days, right? We've got to play Arsenal, Man City away, Newcastle away in 6 days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't worry about City away.
I'll tell you what, right now, and this is probably the most delusional comment I've said in a year. If we come out of that 6 games, if we come out of that 6-game streak with 18 points. I'm backing Potter to win the league on reckless shit. I'm just being honest with you. If we beat Arsenal, City, all of that little patch block you see right there, if we win straight through those games,
that's not the problem. That's not the problem.
We have the same little patch next.
No. I think it's delusional for a reason because there's no way for a league.
We all have stated at one point we don't
same patch after the new year.
No, Alex, trust me. I know the players will let us down. I know this isn't debatable. But what I'm saying, as far as Potter goes, I will back Potter for that. The players will inevitably let him down. It doesn't mean I'm not going to back Potter when he's actually.
But not players.
Yeah. Fuck the players.
So we come back. We come back from the
wait till we come back from. Gotta wait till we come back from a World Cup break before we decide whether or not we win the league. To be honest.
We come back from the World Cup with Bournemouth on Boxing Day, with the families being moved, and then so Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest are two games that are pretty good to go into and start again, right? In theory, after the World Cup, they're not too bad today. So, and then we've got City at home, Palace at home, and Liverpool away, and then Fulham and West Ham.
Just know
who has more players going to the World Cup.
This is what I'm saying.
Who's our last 5 games
in the Prem or for the World Cup?
In the Prem.
Why World Cup? It's not our game. In the World Cup.
No. I'm saying the last 5
games can all change depending on how far we get to the cups and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, when Australia wins the World Cup, it'll relieve the stress of the England players. It's fine. It's all right, guys. We'll win it so England players need to play.
I just want to beat Man U. I want to beat Arsenal. I want to beat these top teams. We haven't really won those games over the past couple of years, and that's what we need to start doing.
It's just Arsenal and United. We usually beat everybody else, barring Liverpool, who we just have a draw fest with. But
imagine trying to take a first touch if you're a last man.
Nah, I love Redman, bro. I love Redman, dog. This man's hilarious. Shit.
Imagine stepping up and scoring an equalising penalty as well. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Fucking.
I could do that.
No, you couldn't.
Hey, have faith in the Russian, okay? He definitely could, all right? You don't know what he's capable of.
He's going to sky over the bluff.
Yeah.
And then looks and then flicks everybody up.
Yeah.
Imagine kicking a penalty and missing and let your country not qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, no, but imagine them helping them to win the
European.
I don't do that many drugs as you, so I can imagine so many fake things.
Well, I'm just saying, imagine them winning the European competition. That's all good, though, isn't it?
And then Fafel from not getting even qualified for the World Cup.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Who cares, mate? We're Chelsea. Are we Italian fans?
European Championships.
Are we Italian fans, guys, or are we Chelsea fans?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just counteracting
Jorginho fans, man.
Ridiculous points.
It's going to be a long one without Reece James, man.
The fact that a lot of people
without Reece James.
I know Andrew does not rate Jorginho as much as
who are we gonna?
That's the thing.
I know, but I'll make people think that you are.
That's the problem. You guys make me seem I'm a Jorginho stan. I don't rate him as highly as that.
No. Don't let what you're gonna win.
Secretly, you in love with
this fan base is either you're a stan or you hate them.
Just like Kepa and Matt. This is how secretly you're in love with Jorginho.
I think it's worse.
Expose him.
Nah, I think Andrew's worse.
At least Jorginho can deliver me some silverware, though. That's what
I think. Let's not go. I think he's won us a lot of silverware. Europa League.
Nah, Kepa has actually brought home a cup. Kepa has actually brought home a cup.
Keep it silver.
Keep it nice, yeah. Let's not do that, please. I saw that as well. Let's not talk about people's personals, please. I don't like that. I want to ask you another question. No, let me ask you this: are Chelsea signing players in January? Yes or no?
At least one midfielder, definitely. And I would like a right back, right wing back. I don't care.
Is it heavily dependent on who's injured, who's around?
No. It doesn't even matter if Reece comes back fit. You still sign a right wing back, because you lessen the chance of Azpilicueta playing and having to move Ruben.
So what was the point of giving him 2 years if you want him to less play? It doesn't make sense.
Ask Tuchel.
That shit doesn't make no sense.
Isn't it the same
thing you want from Jorginho?
Out of this. Leave TT out of
this. I didn't want to be part of the squad.
So that's what Tuchel did. He wanted him part of the squad.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was Bowie. It was Bowie who wanted Aspie.
No, it wasn't. It was Tuchel.
No. It was both. Whoa. For Aspie, it was factually both. Both Tuchel and then the board gave him the contract. Yeah, facts. Winter Surface spitting pure facts there. There's no lies being.
Contract's wrong. It should have been 1 + 1 or 1. It should have been 2 + 1.
And listen, I understand where he like where both of them were coming from at the time. This was the club captain. He's familiar with Chelsea. But giving him the contract increase, that's where Tuchel and Bully can hold salt.
Yeah,
everything else, but Marina was familiar with Chelsea. Peter Cech was familiar with Chelsea. Man. He let him walk.
Brother, wait. Showtime.
Same shit.
Showtime. You know what we're gonna do if we start talking about Marina. Marina made many mistakes, bro. Bakayoko
made a lot of mistakes too. As a captain, he made a lot of mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. So my thing is, if you saying that he just had club sentiment, he was a club captain, he was a part of the success of Chelsea. So was Marina, so was Peter Cech, and Todd let him walk. So why you don't let what's his name walk? Same thing. Azpilicueta should have walked a long time ago, or crawl because
I don't think anyone's denying that.
No, I can't argue with you there.
Going back to your question, Jim, yes, we need to sign players in January. Midfielder and right wing back.
Look,
right back up.
Walker Peters Alvarez. It's true, like you can get rid of two because we're gonna need Sancho. Get rid of sign one in January.
Yeah.
And then sign one in summer.
Yeah.
And here's both of them can go. Kante and Jorginho can go.
Fine. I said
free. Sell Kante in
January. If sell Kante in January,
we will not be able to sell Kante.
He's not even gonna be fit in January.
So why keep him? So then why keep
him? Yes, we could.
You guys don't
understand. Yes, we could. If we sold Kante on a cheap just to get some money instead of none when he's on a free, he will get sold in January.
The only two places
I bet you ass after the second part of 6 months, the Kante comes in and the way he's gonna play because the surgery will fix the problem, chronic problem with his hamstring. You people will be surprised because
give him 3 years plus one. Give him 3 years plus one.
I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not saying if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm okay with them both leaving. I'm okay with it.
I'll be surprised if he plays 5 games in a row after he comes back.
What is with you and Kante, bro? You love Jorginho, but you love pizza. But I see you love pizza, but you don't love French fries. I see it, bro.
I don't think what does them being wait. What does them being Italian and French have to do anything in this man's decision making?
I'm saying he loves the Italian boy, but he doesn't like the French
bro. Hey, Andrew, you're racist
against the Italians, but you don't love the French. I noticed.
Why does it have to be a French fry? Why not baguette? Why is it? Why has to? Why not
a Danish?
Wine?
Why isn't it lasagna?
Why not a Danish?
Yeah.
Why isn't it lasagna?
Why isn't it croissants? Isn't French supposed to be croissants?
Hey, I don't think
French is croissants. Yeah.
Why French fries? First of all, it was never French food in the first place.
Hey, spitting facts.
Yeah.
And the point is, Kante's getting sold.
Uneducated people over here, man.
It wasn't about being. Wait, first of all, it wasn't about being uneducated. It was about food. The topic was food. Pizza loving Jorginho. He's Italian. French fries. The word French is in fries. It wasn't about anything but food. You see how heavy it is? It's about food.
So
wait, hang on. Is this going on a personal insult to me then? Is this what?
Yeah. That's why he said food.
Because you can't counteract what I'm saying. You go personal. Because
it wasn't about countering you at all. It was about bringing up your logic of you loving the pizza boy other than the French fry boy.
Put his face on the camera. What about you?
Wait, let me get the shades.
Look, you insulted him as a fat, but he has the guts to actually turn his camera on. You pussy hole.
Anyway.
Let's move on, Jim.
Anyway.
Don't talk to my friend like that. Don't fucking dare talk to my friend like that.
Anyway.
I don't know who you're talking to, but I'll let that slide because you Alex. You love it.
I don't get it. Stop it.
Kali, mute that, please. 1 second.
Let me stop this.
Keep talking about football, not.
Guys. I've seen this comment from Fabrizio Romano, which come out about 20 minutes ago. And it basically says that many important top players are attracted to Chelsea. Young talents around the world are really attracted to Chelsea as a possibility for the future. Why is that all of a sudden?
Because I can explain it. Because
Harry Potter.
I think no, that's not it. I think it's because the ownership, people think that people really did not know who Todd Bowley is when he was coming. I thought it was a typical Glazers, typical Liverpool owner, but nobody actually did the real good background check on him. The guy is, if you like, I talked to some of what's his name, some of our friends who actually watch baseball, and they like Dodgers are not messing around. He knows what he wants in the football, and I think the reason why he does it is because the people behind him. Keep an eye on the guy that actually in every freaking picture when Ball is taking a picture, there's another guy there that looks like a freaking mafioso, that looks like a guy would, like, seriously. That guy is not messing around. He was the reason, came out in the news that he was the reason to get rid of Tuchel more than Bowley himself is. That guy. So he's the guy that's not messing around. And I think based on what was and how it is, and first of all, you keep forgetting one thing. It's London. It's not in the trenches of Manchester City. It's not in the trenches of Liverpool. The city itself.
Attractive. Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
I'm a little bit stuck between it, because I still think that we're all still waiting to see what the philosophy is.
Your mic is.
Your mic is.
Jem. Still an impression of me, Jem. Your mic.
Your mic is twerking better than the strippers. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just streaming.
I'm still torn between. Yeah, I'm still torn between the idea of what Chelsea want to do, and I mean we're waiting to see what the philosophy is moving forward with Todd Bowley and Graham Potter and whatever else. But I think why they, and I agree with what Alex is saying. Actually, I think he talks a lot of sense in what he said there. But I think the unknown for me, even though this comment is, it could be true. Don't get me wrong, it's come from Fabrizio Romano and whatever else, but I think this comment's a little bit too early to say players are attracted, because I don't think we fully understand where we're going still yet. Maybe there is a plan of action to go where we're going along the route, but I don't think it's something that we know now. So for players to be like, "Oh, Chelsea, this looks good," other than having the money,
I think you misunderstood what I've said. I'm saying that Italian midfielder, those kind of youngsters, what's his name?
Casside or something.
Casside, that guy from highly rated from Aston Villa kid. You can see where the young generation movement moving. That's why.
Yeah.
If you see the talented youngsters going in one club, there's something cooking over there. Ain't no math.
I also think it just might be what we've done in the past and stop part of them and then sell them off. You know what I mean? It might just be something like that. Depends what the vision is.
What a new revamp.
But this comment says top players, and when you talk about top players, I'm assuming you're talking about some of the biggest prospects across Europe.
Bellingham's, Musiala.
I mean, if Nkunku's true, that's a good example, because that's just come out of the blue for him to just be like Chelsea.
Though? He's like 24 though, right? He's like 24. Right?
I don't consider Nkunku young.
Yeah, but he's still hot across Europe, isn't he? When you think about it.
No, he's a top player currently, top prospect, but I don't consider him young. I once you pass 23, you're not young anymore.
Yeah.
No. There's another thing people forget. It's the longevity of the contract we offer to the young kids.
Oh yeah. Usually it's the 6+1 and bonus incentives. Yes. It's a nice.
That's what Broa signed. And that's why he stayed, because of the incentives of getting into the team.
Can you imagine? Broa signed a contract last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he signed another one this season.
Yeah. What's more interesting with the Broa thing? We were being told in the summer that he didn't want to play for Chelsea. He was looking elsewhere. And then all of a sudden, his mindset completely changed. And when we find out that his contract was, there was some, like some add-ons in terms of if you make it into the team, bonuses here, this, that, and the other. Like there was incentives. That's it. There was incentives to say, well, if you get to the level that maybe we feel that you can get to, your contract will entitle you to this, and this. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
So can we speak? Could one of these players possibly be Mbappe? And would we bring him to the
I
bridge?
do not want
Look at you
Mbappe
getting
at this
erections just saying that
club.
name. Look at you
Hold
getting
on.
erections by just saying
Really
that
quick,
name.
really quick,
No.
really quick.
Keep Mbappe
Lu-
away.
Thank you. Lukaku, we slander that man not because he doesn't have ability, but because his attitude is piss fucking poor. And you want to bring the biggest prima donna diva in the quite literal top 5 leagues of this world to our club? Fuck that.
Along with Neymar.
It's as
Along with
simple
Neymar.
as.
Along with
I'll
Neymar.
take
swear, man,
Neymar.
that-
Neymar is less
swear.
of a diva than Mbappe. I'll take Neymar right now over Mbappe.
swear,
And I
man.
stand by that statement.
People
No.
want those names at Chelsea just to tell the friends and tell the
Oh,
rivals.
he plays on my
We
club.
have, we
It's
have
called the ultimate
Mbappe.
team.
We have
Ultimate team.
what's his name? What's he from Brazil?
Neymar.
Which one? Neymar?
That's the reason.
Oh,
The
yeah.
only reason people want them so they can tell Arsenal fans, "Oh, we have Mbappe, we have Neymar." That's the only reason.
Listen, when Arsenal had Mesut Ozil, Sanchez, Giroud, all these people also in their primes, I didn't give two shits because they weren't winning fuck all. Same thing now. If Mbappe isn't going to lead us closer to a Prem title or lead us closer to a Champions League, like
why would you put the pressure of that attitude into the Young's manager that hasn't been proven yet? Let him get settled. Don't give him something that he does not have to worry about for the first season at Chelsea.
He may be a therapist, but he isn't a blooming babysitter, man.
He isn't this mythical Jesus Christ, man. He can't turn water to wine. You can't make a diva-ass player turn into a proper, humble human being. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, Mbappe...
Everybody, like, like people saying Ronaldo has that attitude. Ronaldo did not have that attitude when he's at that age. Ronaldo had attitude when he was established.
Four-time Ballon d'Or winner.
Then he become arrogant.
Man. And as you should be. I have no problem with people being arrogant that win. I have no problem with that.
It's like Daniel said. They gave him keys to the freaking half of the France. They give him salary of more than anybody ever, which is 100 million a week. They give his mom a house of 100 mil. They name him a mayor of Paris. They give him pretty much the president of PSG, and he's still not happy.
Oh man!
When you give someone too much power,
gave him his personal choice of boyfriend, everything, bro. Gave him whatever he asked.
Send him to Ukraine, see if he can stop the war. Then I'll talk about it.
We need a new wing back. Who we get him?
We need a new who?
Right wing back, or not a new, but a
can Mbappe play right wing back?
Rotation.
They get Walker Peters for me. Walker Peters.
Walker Peters is my first choice solely because I'm familiar with him. After that,
right wing back.
All right. Well, let's go to score predictions anyway. We've done 2 hours on the show now, so I'll go to Matt first. So what are you saying, Matt?
Neo's comment is brilliant.
Who? Yeah.
Lewis.
You've already even allowed him a transgender. Oh, living out.
The Qatar.
Wait, so that was real?
No, I said it nicely, but Lewis decided to come out with the yes. Mbappe is most likely the BI word, and it's okay because we don't judge people for their
orientation. Anyway, we ain't gonna make that. What we saying, Matt?
1-0. Everyone here should be saying a clean sheet.
If you don't get it.
Everyone.
1-0. You say
1-0 clean sheet. I want to say Broja score goal. Everyone should be saying clean sheets. Yeah.
Who you care about is that clean sheet. You don't care about Chelsea winning, do you?
I did not just say 1-0. If I care about clean sheet, I say no. I'll say 1-0 Broja score. Kepa's gonna kick the ball without giving the assist.
Yeah,
look at him getting erection. Just saying it.
I'm not gonna stand up. That's what I'm saying.
Don't raise your both hands at once, too, man.
AJ.
I'm thinking there's gonna be some rotation, so I think we might give up a goal. I'm gonna go 2-1. Chelsea.
2-1. Alex.
3-0 Jorginho hat trick on a penalty.
Legendary.
The boom. What are you saying, the boom?
If he does that, I think you're gonna have to shave your head.
I'm gonna say 2-1, and I'm gonna say 2-1, and Kante makes a sub appearance.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Wow.
Wow,
No,
that's
2-1.
disrespectful.
Hassan?
That was fun.
I actually think it's going to be true.
I think it'll be 3-0. And I think it'll just be a solid one.
3-0.
Okay. Callie?
3-1. Definitive. Whoever the striker is getting a goal. Mount's getting a GNA. That's all I got.
All right. What are you saying, Showtime?
2-1. 2-1. Simple as that.
I'm going with 2-0. Kepa clean sheet. Kepa just to assist as well for Broha. And Kepa to have scored a free kick. So there we go.
That's all I'm hearing. That's all I want to hear.
Kepa masterclass.
He just came.
Don't say Kepa clean sheet around.
He just
came. He never came when he says that. Okay?
Kepa needs an assist like Allison, man. Let's go.
Mate,
guys, I'll see you again tomorrow.
Kleenex is flying. Kleenex is flying.
Hey, I'll see you again tomorrow. Match reaction. Make sure you leave a comment in the box below on Chelsea Fan TV and GNA TV. Let us know your score prediction in there as well. Again, see you tomorrow. Enjoy the game. 7:30. Amazon Prime. Amazon Video. I think it is Prime Video.
Amazon.
Why are you
Amazon? Anyway,
clean sheet.
up the Chelsea. Let's win this.
Up
Let's
the
go.
Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea.
Sure.